so and esa so chegu or precise 105.9 FM so ewu kumase enti so aka enwa wie ya mo atena se mo akwa ewia na se a na abusua otie no na Owia TV na wo hye no yenko ya wia no na maka ne se ase nwunu ye tena se efa adwene etoato adwene edi nkomo efa plans a eyeye ene match bosome de toso eduno enum na ewukwada midweek edition ana busiafo ye de ebremo no me de ede na Yaw Boamah manfo from Libya boga dwumade yi Dominic Kwakubuaten Kukua Veronica Jando Akosua Somua ya Grace eye Nana Yaw Simon any team na kanyina technical team no enyina na ebomi chidoma wie ma bia wo bia no yetimi aba na yaba besomo ye ka wo say ye stream live wo ye social media ni nyina so ye social media platforms ni nyina for ye stream live wo so oko Facebook wa na hwehwe Owia TV oko Facebook wa na wahwehwe Owia TV and say oko YouTube so a Owia TV ene Owia TV official so no o hwehwe ye ni a obehu eye wo ho a ye streaming na oko TikTok so a eye Owia TV official a ye streaming e wo ho no mo den enkomo ye ba be die no de dika de editie de efa Ghana ho say ye politics say ye dwaso nsam say eye wo mpotamu asem say ya mamre ni amane bibi bia efa me no mie no ho no abusiafo ye tena se e wo Owia na se e wo Montie adwumadie so na ye de hu nkomo ya fa ho adwene eso adwene e de afa ho dwumadie wa dwenche no nsusie WhatsApp obetimi de afa 0243 220044 so ama ya kenkan e de amount 0243 220044 so WhatsApp and answer text message yode ba ya be kenkan de amount na se ye Facebook or call ye Owia TV or do comments or questions or contributions or the go on ma ye gusu a ye di dwumadie no ye be kenkan e de amount abusan form na me guest a come ho awie ama ye di dwuma no eni me guest a omo be come ho awie ama ye di dwumadie no abusan for eni awie me hwe ani mum se Dr. Keskin Owusu Poku Dr. Keskin Owusu Poku Abzafoka NPP amanyoko communication team ho enei osere NPP amanyoko atu ane ne esi ahene so momfa tumi ma no na omeye director of communications and former NPP ewo asantemantema sei Dr. Keskin Owusu Poku ebeka me ho ewufia ha sei ni atena sei edi enkomo ora Prince Edumbaua esoso eye a board member ewo Ghana Lands Commission or a board member ewo Ghana ye Lands Commission Prince Edumbaua esoso ebeke ho ewo dwumadie so na ye di enkomo Alhaji Abdul Salam Isa eye General Secretary menka say CPP kura almost secretary be na no ye so popular on ye ono e wa Ashanti region nti Abdul Salam Isa Alhaji CPP secretary ewo Asantema sei ono so ebeka hu ofia ha na ya trase na ye didi nkomo no abobo nsem no so na ya fa adwene e de afa ensem no hom se ne da bia ye no eja ye betrase no na ya bobo nsem no so you say onsem ni bo no a ote wante ase ye obi ososo ote ma ne ye ode a obe pese obesa so atimo ebio ene obi ososo a ubka unyanchemu kakra ho a enka obepe ne nyina ye bobo so kakra ansa na ya trase na fei nkomo oho bia no ye de atomanim ya mo bonsem no so kakra awieye Dr. Johnson Esiama ona ye peni kwanche for da Bank of Ghana no na Dr. Johnson Esiama send a warning any causing be the ama African leaders titru ene yene ewo abibirima to ya say said ye koso o Middle East no hwene yamfa ne tra hwene yamuye ne enguso hwene yamfa ne se o se Donald Trump say wo mo poso bombo ne to de a na je se wala ya to de o se ya nye de wo se ye se ya tutu ye niema ye yamfa ne ma engu akwam decisions wo se ye take no se ya take ne na kire ya ne ye tena ye to so a African economy no ebetimi agensamo titru ene yene a ye wo Ghana ha sei ene e kan say sub-Saharan Africa no o se betima gede nsam kra nti wo behia say ye ntotie eye Dr. Johnson esiama pene kwanchefo a oda omayi Bank of Ghana ano ne nsem ode tudwa eni.
Africa does not need isolated islands of excellence. It needs connected ecosystems. It needs payment systems that are interoperable, digital infrastructure that can be trusted, and regulatory approaches that are coherent and enabling. All these can be achieved when institutions collaborate in pursuit of outcomes that are greater than any single actor can achieve alone. It also requires sustained engagement between the public and private sectors and a shared recognition that scale, trust, and resilience must be built deliberately. Ladies and gentlemen,
now man yesika krabia Batai Bank of Ghana no nti we eye 3I African Summit ekoso ewo nkrapompene mantemu na Dr. Johnson Esiama na wobobo ensem eso kakra fa economy fa ejese niema hudo pie bebo abi sikasem atotoye eho na okasa ede afa ho no na Agric Minister Owura Eric Opoku Agric Minister esoso akasem for ningina efa Burkina Faso for decision one more atake say if next week echo ye check it days no ekosi next week Tuesday ekosi next week Tuesday na if next week Tuesday echo no enya dia Burkina Faso for edit tomatoes fresh tomatoes na ye di no omo edibi beba omayemo ebio eno omo makwan e magana ni bia entuka emfaka mfria emonra Burkina Faso kronim so oba betwe tomatoes de abagana hasia yenya bi de na chese de boba no chese tomatoes wo be den Ghana memma say pa se Ghana de na yeduaye no nimdifo no ma bene chese wanhwe a be June April May June onomo na ebia ye de no ebetimi aso abre ababonten ama yenya bi edie na amanfo bebre na ebusa nsam omo ebusa Agric Ministry ne question say aden na Ghana de Nyankopon ayeye yeda so te wono ma yeni da Burkina Faso so mo no mundua ntos emre ye bi ne yeni ba bia Ghana yaba bedre and am so ma Agric Minister Honorable Eric Opoku de anu yaba o se de akofa we nyina ba no eye Ghana yeni aba na ye tos ye ntos na yedua no enuaba na ye de safom ema ne bedane intos no ene Burkina Faso de no nsonsoye wo mu kakra na no nkomodie ekoso se beye na Ghana krachefo no beke kane mesi ani yetimi enya no bia ye beye ho adwuma ye na yetimi adua ewo mayimo Honorable Eric Opoku Agric Minister nchechemu
a gap of approximately 300,000 metric tons to close before we can attain sufficiency in tomato production in Ghana. But we have to understand, we have to have a better appreciation of the challenge, the root cause of it, before we can prefer the appropriate solution to deal with it. While our counterparts in Burkina Faso are doing 18 tons per hectare, we are doing 8 tons. So what is the problem? The problem is the seed, the variety that is used in the production of tomatoes. And so we have decided, and this morning we had a meeting with Waki of Legon and some of the research institutions, and they have given us the assurance that they can give us a variety that can give us more than 20 tons per hectare. Yeah. More than 20 tons per hectare. So we are asking, we are committing them, we have made some resources available to ensure that we develop that variety to bring a lasting solution to the problem.
Poku and the floor of Parliament, ya or the some way etudwa ewo hono munyi na tomatoes as any penny any duck wine said the eboba no ho ebe den free bed next week on more echo and na otre anamoa Agric Ministry no a odano no wo mo etutu de afa tomatoes nsensem no ho ene niema wo mo de egugu na kwa so nyina no na obobo so kakra de akire yen ewo mrasebege fiem ehonomo eno yemfie no so na informo enko President John Dramani Mahama na tena ye na President Mahama kasa momoni tuaso wa America memum amansai kabom ko United Nations jumedi ekoso ewo America oko na ono so no de yehia Ghana de akwakotuga na mampeni John Dramani Mahama momoni tuase transatlantic slave trade honsensem de na koma so a Ghana ne yaso se jumedi ewe mu eka honsem se beye na wiase nyina besom na nipa bibre yakayaka de atete a ye kwesi kokode efamu se ye nkoa no dey se chawpa bi ono mu a wo mo emfa emra the black African community no na eno na President Mahama de atoga se ade bi koso wo wiase nyina ema ababe wie se ase enne abakosem a ya na yesua de efa nipa tuntum ho no wiase nyina peso mo ya no mo eyi saade ne efi ho no mo ye friend se black history no ehun adekire ene ehun adesua no asa mama bia fato mo nso se saade ne yempepa yenyi emfa emfiri enwomasua mu kra no se bia eka kɔ no so no enkoboa efise nipa bibre esoso nipa dasani te se broni no a ye bɔ no a ho behia se se yebu broni a sa obuo ni ani die kro no a yemfa bi ema nipa bibre mampeni John Dramani Mahama
working to abolish slavery, a system in which people make other people work for long hours with no pay. The sad fact, he explains, is that slavery has existed everywhere in the world for thousands of years. Here in the United States, Black history courses are being removed from school curricula. Schools are being mandated to stop teaching students about the truth of slavery, segregation, and racism in American history courses. Books about those topics are being banned in schools and public libraries. Museums, art centers, and other institutions whose budgets rely in any way on public funds are being prohibited from scheduling exhibitions and programs or from displaying materials promoting racial awareness or Black history. Much like the law that was put in place to regulate the punishment of the enslaved in Barbados, these policies are becoming a template for other governments as well as some private institutions. At the very least, they are slowly normalizing the erasure. They are slowly normalizing erasure. Earlier, when discussing the importance of this resolution, I said it was a safeguard against forgetting. This is the type of forgetting that I was referring to. But there are other types of forgetting as well. The great Jamaican philosopher-poet Robert Nesta Marley famously said, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds." I want to repeat an encouragement that I offered as part of this address, one that is companion to the truth that I began with. When discussing slavery and its resulting institutions and practices, we must always start by reclaiming racial equality, the dignity of Africans, the humanity of our ancestors who were enslaved, and as a matter of course, our own humanity. We must also remember to reclaim our humanity, because when we absorb too much of the language of violence and erasure, we can stop hearing the language of truth that exists within us. When we're in that state of mind, our minds become enslaved. In his book, the Guyanese writer Walter Rodney quotes a Dutch traveler's first impressions upon visiting the Nigerian city of Benin.
Ani Mahama any attending Kane UN General Assembly meeting ekoso wo America bontenso and so engagement near the baby edru no I was say Ghana ye ne other countries ni bi kasa de din komo ekire omo na kwasi bronika na se ye hwepe omo in line so te ase no mo ebegye saa de ani som ye nyina Ghana nko aka se ye kɔ ne akwa champions ade we ya ebedin nti sese no mo kase about 40 African countries asom a mo ta Ghana chi saa so na wo kɔ Caribbean ne North American countries ni be cross so no aba wono aba besuso mu ani nyina sa transatlantic slave trade na ekoso no eno mo efise be bia ye gina ane be bia ye duro sese no o se ehwe ye pe ho asem eka e wo hono mo eja dwumadie ne guso ekoso eguso a ye ni edi akire asen when ehia no ye bekọ na yakwakutie ensam ene sene ho nkasa ho dwumadie no ebesi akọ ready na yate say European countries ni nyina are rejected ama America so support wonum but ye hwe ada countries no say no besi atoso omonema afa yensa mfa monko parliament na entity a yate and say the minority in parliament honorable Anthony Mie edi enimu enra obeka ye de tumanim say omo eko the office of the special prosecutor wono eko commission on human rights and administrative justice wono eko CID police headquarters no mo de enkrata petition akwa command pedinfo adaya omo say contractor gold board pedinfo any deputy chief of staff Standogwe company ye no wono mo efficient ase enim Bank of Ghana old office na omuwom no ene wo mafrim akọ edan fufrum na omo old office no enene gold board pedinfo eko no mo de hono akwa omo office omo kwako yusu na ne wo se nsisi ni ade ko no mo na ho contract no ene betu dwa so mo de ama Standogbe deputy chief of staff on any company ama wo mo ayema utietie mu a yese ye so sourcing eno mo efa so de contract na ema no eno na lawyer Anthony Mie MP ema dehia ewo Odotobri constituency ewo Ashanti region one lead minority no ama wo mo e petition akwakoma OSP Shraj IGP sadie no wo mo enhwehwem
petitions to these three agencies or organizations to conduct an immediate investigation into the contract that has been awarded to Standogbe by Gold Board. We are of the view that there were several irregularities. The laws governing the awarding of contracts was not followed, and it is even likely that this contract would cause financial loss to the government. And so our petition simply says that this entire contract should be investigated for us to know what actually went on, and if indeed, if there were any irregularities, the law should take its course, simply. So that is what we've done. My brother, you know there are laws in this country. We expect the law to take its course. We expect the law to take its course. Within the laws of the procurement, if the procurement was not properly done, you know what should be done. You cannot permit sole sourcing. If that has been done, then the entire contract would have to be abrogated. So at the end of the day, if it is established that the company that won the contract did not have the required documentation, if due process was not followed, then we expect that the contract would be terminated and the property in that immediately. This is something that is very, very serious. We expect that they would hit the ground running as early as tomorrow. We expect that investigations would begin, and we also expect
where MP de ma adesia wo Odotobri constituency wo Ashanti region and na olidi minority members no amomode sa petition we akwakoma Shraj IGP and na office of the special prosecutor say eneni kire ya omo investigate contract no so mutwemu a omo hwese omo ebetwem na yanko controller and accountant general's department omo atna ye ya omo release timetable interesting once ye dwumade ye entertaining ye educate na ye informing what I say dwumade a ye die our main purpose our main objective is say ye be educate you na ye entertain you na asaso amount information until this is an information ye de ema ye Ghana adwumayefo ne Ghana adehye nyina the controller and accountant general's department and release payment of salaries and wages timetable so schedule omaye ane ebrekura so omo ede ebetua abadwumayefo kasa mbaka ya this year January there were a kakra krama adwumayfo ni bi won mo a omo de ekeke mu issues by it is over timetable now. Notice is hereby given that in the year 2026 salaries and wages of civil servants, employees of Ghana Education Service and all other public servants paid by the Controller and Accountant General's Department will be on the dates indicated below until January. There, you betia adwumayfo ka January no. By 23rd January there, we are Benjamin ni and say so who or say by 23rd next of salary aba. It's a Benjamin ni bisu so do ka January the HM, February so 26, March ni e woman. March so somebody aba say by 26. It's an say ya grace na say 25 on. And the 25th ye china by china na just say March salary soon e the government workers inti Benjamin ni bi do ka mesrewa china ebitum ti by be Friday there. Friday so ye na ka so no akwaje oni Mr. Wahab ka wanze mom pa na April so no o mo indicate say 27th May 26 June 26 sa edeba December de no honom na ye manika so December na ne bantem 21st day 25th te basa no a na month na be tintinti we kwesi ej Controller and Accountant General Ghana and Nensa Eshase or say the banks will begin crediting employees' account on the date specified above. Any changes to these dates will be duly communicated. Into way a krata Controller and Accountant General's Department for Ediaba Bontinti yana ya shenin so yani abosome so a yedidi aba butom no ya na ya shenin so e wo hono mo sa so enti mama me guest no akwaba so mama en wo kame me guest awie na ye nto aso mfamfiri ase Dr. Keskin Osupoku part of the Ashanti Regional Communication Team enei osre party no eti ahene ene esi ahene for se momfatumi ma no na o me lead the party no na Omeye Director of Communications and former party no ewo Asante Mantemu Dr. Keskin Usupuku ebeka me hu ofia ha na yatena se edi nkomo so ena Alhaji Abdul Salam Isa CPP Ashanti Regional Secretary oye CPP Ashanti Regional Secretary amanfo keka se Alhaji ena ye the longest serving regional secretary sana matie you say Alhaji and the longest serving secretary regional secretary Kruma say Alhaji is so Mugabe of all regional secretaries if you have say ono so eba na miaminu Prince Dumbewa so a board member of a Lands Commission ono so ekan ofia na yedi enkomo medical catcher say wadwenkyere ene o comment o questions o contributions bibia yeguso ayedin edwumedie no edwumedie we a very interactive so to say o questions o contributions no ene o suggestions bibia adwene ba ko fotirim na kese o de aba Facebook pages no eba yebekenkan edi ama na se bia say WhatsApp so a 0243220044 0243220044 na yakenkan edi ama mame emma me guest akwaba na fe yen start enfiasi san komo we the production team am fa nka ho but eba ye nyina no mente miaminu edumba wu aso wo kasade afa ho na mente Keskin so nka se o kasade afa ho omu nyina so sa se mu esi omu party mu me kai se ja security recruitment exercise ya ekosi agi wom NDC party mu ma fu soldiers ni tiam pressure kwadumba wu amso akosi sei ana nanu ya so global info analytics they abetu ja se NPP abeye so unpopular ama che se amanfo kra mpe party ni din yate na bibi se omu se adintia Keskin akwaba na hoye
Radiadum. Kakraja.
The last time any Abbas no din share hadum di. That's true.
Say fi boko.
Nyamiadum be bibia de
radias.
Na aka de John Mahama any NDC4 nema mo toto in NCP no. Eno na eya hadwen akra na saying last week menya kwanya ne MPs no eko koko communities no. Na o share en command eko so contrary to a year story yenua no o koko board PRO.
Yeah, Jerome. Yes.
So
not Mumfinfi one Abbas no redeem Mumfinfi
ya say yentua koko akwa ka no. From November to now
scanning koi.
That's the point.
Moko fomu ono mosana koko farmers na kachire mo.
Eti utie
na ehefa na moko ya was it search na me hu videos bi of akuafo no e ka se yesi ya kachire se so mo ba e be hia mo a fertilizer na ye ma omo ehefa na moko.
I think say even for Tepa ye koye no na NDC for some school bodwa we anim nesa ka
but say NDC for no corner mo so moko anana nyesa
there na in mum say baby meet it omo ye na so mo response omo so baby ye bi sa time na
you took on ni team na
you took on ni team means na constituency for say dey
okay
and mebo police penya no ho no abaso and na ekwafo no mo na abaso gombo say nkofo koide ankomo ye bankofo ankoso they move to baby na yeah as because ye can omo asem amomo and I will share a year issues na cause no say mpempia na ka say koko skaba omuji ska meba kroma betoni ma so ko kromu za go ntoni ma and enya a ripple effect as ma meka che ura John Dramani Mahama ne say power bo akuafo a eye embra omusu because omusi kana wuntu aye no for 4 months obi o mana odedro so bu akwakoje besia and all mu wiar ma sa ba bonti just like mo contractors say mo tua 1 billion cedis ato omo accounts mu no next scanning koye no I think say in February omo so your press conference says car to force and cars with Tiano as a December 2025 no by February next scanning reflect here and we are there for
okay
me do e na message ye no media for say ye politicians nkwa na se beka mo ko form na mu tie fi o manu a the story is serious and I hear their bakoko communities mu no this will be a onye koko adwuma na nabusu koko sem enim me dey koko
but say now government release about 4 billion
and I'm say can force from November to now mo sankai they've not been paid
sir
free koko can be onim bia
koko krache for no
scanner
ko di omo ha
koko krache for they are not even available open omo no the current say omo say koko no say open one sem ekoje a as to say scanner benye ska kra dia many pa kono di koko ba no say koko krache in sack scanner adna ogofo koko no monye
yeah
they're not paying them. So when I say to force a release skill, says can ko baby o, say ko choki baby o. The end game they say the cocoa farmer is not being paid.
Okay.
And that is where the issue is.
Yeah.
And finding how you basically propaganda and in such matters, you cannot manage such an issue with propaganda. Mitie era ofusuampofo. Abo mo so call cocoa.
Yeah, cocoa board chairman.
Asa osi o, any say any then they are going back to the drawing board. Next one crowd admit it. But what TNDC for Nibia? Would they be able to create a tia? And I'm like, Cocoa board chairman admit it. What one tiny moment on our Chimanso? The point is what is going on is wrong.
Okay.
And found a quite first fashion. The air caution and your papa.
Okay.
What your musica sono even should be enough pain than someone sent to your muka.
Yeah.
And I know the we feel what in ye. And go back for Mesremo. You be caution your binaka.
Okay.
Hear the voice at me say bind by what is right and needful.
Mate. The Keskin Usu Poku Wakadi Ashanti Regional Communication Team Medical Catcher mo say Osren PP delegate so mon for to me mano no me the Ashanti Regional Communications Director of MPP on Amotenike Prince. Bibia fine.
Oh, rapper ni bibia boko.
Now ye. Bibia fine busuafo ye. Lands Commission boko.
Bibia boko na I think say nene da me no wish official.
Yes.
So be badu su bia by election no ne bi na me no wish.
O be by election no dey be obende.
That time me do am say oh rapper ni.
Ai.
Be say me ba show no so.
Obende.
Adum nya abotre.
Obende.
Bia wonemre.
Inukre.
Senkafo na kan
bibia wonemre. Ene ya yesia yi.
Yeshia.
Nokre.
Yeshia o obi say yeshia o junction so.
Mo
ya baba ya adwuma so me mana de kan ma mencha e party mpanifo a menu ya na wi o maje bro muti etitu pa ne de August 2 na kwasi of Tucson hotel se na kwasi de
regional chairman yes ono na mo de ne ba
ono a ne de ne ba se de wote no 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 kre se bi kontompo bia anim sanse nipa de se woni ne ya adwuma na se bi wotan kwadu kura no a obi na America na kwasi wono akoye obi se papa so pa ngoma so no nya nanum de na mum ne yeyi muntia party na santimam ano regional chairman bia ni hono ma obe unprecedented records for the first time in the history of Ashanti NDC wona ma bonten kura no we feel confidence
ta
na kwasi regime we feel so confidence oba seat ane ye wono ye nya bia ka ho oba ye on say NDC ne ye wo tradition bi wo say asantimam de we nya more than even close to 30%.
Yeah.
You win the national ID.
Yeah.
Begin the first one with the Oklusi. Last 1 year, 2 year, 2024 year, I mean 32.something%.
Yeah.
And na dwuma so ani anese so ani. Se si am no kase na MPs ne we say. Na kwesi be regional chairman kakran. You see agibia ye de aka ho. Ukom ya mikroma dudwama, se si abeye dia. Ukọ akrofroma abeye dia.
Yeah, akrofrom adujama.
Yan kase sebi ne ho te se wo ye nsroma. Ana se wo ye bofo. Na emum sebi. Ofa
They mukuta say 5 constituencies were Ashanti regional.
Yeah, bomb modern say benya 2028 ni benya more than 10. E dey ama party na fa na to my prefer.
Mate say general so be do Kumase.
Oye thank you to era. Johnson say din katia so ye thank you to no. Sebi selected areas. E so obekọ no kakra sa. Ye jo so de first list ne di ka ba na ye nka ho. But gradually no obekọ ba bia na ono so yewura. Sebi on say ye NDC ni de sebi ye no because be for ban na ni so ade ye de se wo ye bibi ma ye ni so ye koto aba no His Excellency John Dramani Mama ujai parliamentary adwuma ni ngina de ma ye residing katia president
parliamentary elections ni ngina
anything concerning parliamentary campaign ya de ade ngina
odema general
na ye ho adwuma
okay
na president so ye nationwide ade no enti se ya to aba na wie na sebi nkunimdia beba NDC afa na ye hwe vote a ye nya ayen so a e significant adwo so se oba adwo so a party ni twa 17,000 plus 500 na ma parliamentary candidate 17,500 as target ye to aba no ye no ye nya 18,500 ni akiri
na je say munya in excess of about 1,000 kra
say ye ma me parliamentary candidate no obo adwuma
sabran kwa is it Jerry Asante
Dickness Jerry Asante some na me the personal assistant
okay weekend me ba na ye wo yasoche yes ma no Minu ba ma ware minu ba enti me be ye nsiye weekend
e say wan cho so be dikin
ye guso
me wa so repanyi be kasa
mate ye guso kakra
say enipa no di parliamentary ade na nim na president so di we na nim a president yibetima ye thank you to o man panyi so ahwe say ye wura John say shedin katia so no ba bi a chechira aboa no e kwa na isane
mate
say we anye ne saa na de da no afa nto a ifrito enti ye wura obonto a na menko afa no southeast na menko chia eye the incoming constituency chairman awoba eye honorable Dauda Yakubu eye Yaw Boamah adense assemblyman honorable salvation so de mabunu na o on say NDC no say we hwe de yewura Franka Mwaka ni ye ya say de pese ye nyina ne say ye mu bi no a sabi party ni mpani fo
amanfo ke kase Franka Mwaka hene ka ho bi na MPP abeyo unpopular wo region yi mu na ekuri me no kre
da bi enya unpopular nko party ni mpani fo say ye youth no ma Montie aba system ye mu MPP no
edi mu gu MPP
santimam de be ka ti o somebody come and fat one say first no me ade ba ha na titi me ko school ade ba me basic school
okay
o ade ba first no ye me nana ne otumfo aboafo yin odi kan na twene bo ba wu abonsafo otumfo aboafo yin
okay
ye nana nom na di UP ni ba enti ye kura no emle bi mi ko tena TV so ma busu ya panyi frame say me nim na me ko kasa ma NDC bi mu a woni me benya asem obeyi me din afre busu anim me se na na mapene so yi me din afrim ma prince yi me din afrim because ye hunu ya tena si din ye maguna tena si din ye hunu za santimam anu se no empuntu e wa santimam nginara e NDC na sebi predasan obi no ma wonsuo no mu a na so akosa atecha ama na no obi ama wonsuo anam na so akosa atecha ama no asantimam mpuntu nginara ye NDC enti sa me mete ho na sa meduna santimam ho na me pempuntu odi a NDC no wi me free manyeye e na me kura no so ntimi nya me foko because sebi about what the me am go kromuti o enye busu apanyu na abefa de akotimi o in fact
edi say mo de na mo se mo bruno ma fa to mo se de mo good MPP
no so wa hwa so wa steady ahwa
I'm for say the MPP offer me mo ma fam bi pen o mo we ye
different thing altogether different here make the entire make us a different me ma one example example am de ma wetifo enti say mampanya kufa do be the president no say nkran na ka say painting no contract no $25 million na so the man buy Jakoma
amount for ade said they should produce a document say contract visa so yes
into we dey yen fan say asem na ye kan kwa na bia wo ne menya adwene a
yes me na me no nya adwene
say dey wo kan say dey this Alex say dey amount for kan mpo a regional minister ne regional minister factor keke okofa a school for no free the various secondary schools and odom call asquire interchange na say
yeah
regional minister dey no dem mo nkatie ene dokuna ya hono
eburu ne nkatie ne dokuna ya hono
dokuna ya hono ne nkatie no di gun mo no di make gun no dey sichire kan ho na otwa pa no to so muni na oman ye nyina na ye oman
no di nsuo so kan ho
na adofo bi nso so ye nkwala na doye
no cre
na kufu ado di sa contract the same contract ne man ba $25 million
no de mimi ni adanse because enra ehon komo ba say ya but ye intimi improve with a document
mama one scenario no enti so ono no regional minister no wotinye bibi say na say hu sika no kra no enuru $100,000 Ghana mpo na kodu ne dollars ya sebi prenders so to abedin hu mienu
no correct
regional minister betna so me ma another example regional minister betna so I santima mu na common fund we buy show na na do dan kwa ku fado tam we ya just man fa just an example
we're ready to
just
mebusa kesken mitio
sabi na te na ba no man dey tawo say ya ka do say wuduru ajabadu junction so adunsin no wo so ya na ju ahome
no cre enti sami so dunsiri na mabaso ya dunsiri na magima ho me nkomo na woni media na da me try kakra na makansam ni na awie e simple as that enti no say wo hwa regional minister common fund na joso nko a 20-something million Ghana cedi MPP time 200,000 Ghana cedi for ejoso na bere no ma yempuntu common fund
na me no ka say
na ma ebe bakra say 200,000
na me no ka say ya tu so makoma boho your mama yera excellency by boho makomako 25 bohos and na me no ka say project ya starting na ojoso e bin si da MPP 8 years ngina amantima anya bi ya di 1 year pe ya see health center otimi abu eduru 60% complete ya boss ngina me no ka say you see the same thing wa hore so you see 3 unit classroom block odomi abla you see 6 unit classroom block e wa jusu model busana na kufu ado minister onu ka de so ku friend ko won tibi nka bi
mate
dia no me yare jusu
mate
dia no me yare jusu
mate prince
enti ama party ni ma ye dama sister no ma go enti regional minister factor no dia sebi ye besra say be de manusi no o se wiase no ye mpanifo ne bubu ye wutikase ya wi adwe na wi ni
yeah
ene ye wutikase wo so achenchen kura enti me hu franka makon doctor say wo ya kwala o wutikase no e wi adwe minister bi betna so oni dwonfo ma na kokon RCC asema make kan same boa wo de waka school feed for ma anya osemensa no mko RCC ade no ye MPP betna so sentim ade no mo ye enti interchange awodo makoma ko 5 from the shame no enko mutimi complete even one enka me ko MPP because say oya de na boa sentim na wo amfa hwe ya ma de enim ye wo amfa odi na ama wo amfa mako ama wo amfa bibia ama ye twi makon wi awse ya makon na fa bombi
mate prince na ebusa mate ame mana kwaba me ma alaji akwaba Abdul Salam akola no
ma so na say ya adwuma pan
oh okay
o CPP m
ejudi wono wako CPP akwa MPP
so ba sa wo
eza wono ba bia wako bi ben
satio
mate ase etu ko so ahum nyina hwe
ba bia bebu amena na
waka ejese de waka
dada mpo
mate prince the prince edumba wa or yeah, part of the NDC communication team and also a board member of Lands Commission. Mama Alaji Akwaba, Alaji Abdul Salam Isa, you say, oh yeah, the Mugabe of all regional secretaries. With the I casket no cover agenda. Moro so cover by Moro cover. Na laje no cre. Alaja kwaba. Be fine. Since 2010, basically 16 solid years. Wow. Why are they? Alaji, ye din komo kakra. Me de na mi busa. Me di koya agudie kura. Se edie na esia ma MPP. Ase ye se aye unpopular ma. Se ne global info analytics de betu dwai. Se MPP na be yeso unpopular ma se amanfo mpe ni ma me bi kura no the Ashanti regional minister Dr. Frank Amwakoine ne connection with the youth no yem fatu say bia no so ka ho we global info analytics niema na de ba ye no o say about 60% of the youth to NDC ni ebusa say osuso no political game you wa wo mu a uhunu sa
me ne baba me das ma minchia na minchia ti me minchia the incoming communication officer
yes
of MPP
yes
na me Yaw Boamah so dey
also incoming
communication officer
just communication officer okay incoming from you na me no mo tia and I still maintain Alaji yes
me the info analytic ekoye no e ade bia whether why and so no kra we can put into common understanding a reality checks. We can do a reality check. Now come. MPP as a party, the faces you see in MPP in 1993 are the same faces you saw when they are in government in 2017, 2018.
2018.
1993, tell my head, the likes of a procurator, the Kufados, the Obeche Bilamte. They are the same face. In 2017.
In 2017, yes.
Almost by 20 years later, you see the same face.
Yeah.
But for compare 1993 in NDC, and then today, are they the same face?
Debbie.
So transformation in NDC is faster than that of MPP. That of NDC.
Added 8 years to that, until that makes a change.
But my point is that so far,
MPP, they are no far.
MPP from 1993. Okay.
I'm comparing the governance.
Okay. In time or more power.
Yes.
Okay.
Even back to Yaw Boamah time in 2015, 16.
Okay. 2012, 2013,
2016.
2016.
You don't see them. Look, let me catch you.
Okay.
The last Yaw Boamah 93 wasn't part. Yaw Boamah came to Limelight in the second parliament as an MP.
Yes.
They know me Omudia Kotenum, the lot of Hudu Ayemo.
Alaji Hudu Yaya.
Papa is saying, Hudu 93 was a general secretary also.
No, he wasn't playing a front role.
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you on the front line.
Yeah, but
those you see in the front
line. Was the ministers near na 10 the CEOs, no. We as the communicated direct than board for
93 squad. I know when people man.
When the man board first.
Okay. No, that's not make a 93 for an hour. No, but because names not boy. Kunadu Preku wasn't in another government.
Matwase.
What does it?
Matwase.
It's names now best born. No,
okay.
The Limelight.
Okay. Look, the ministers and Akufo. Are the same people ministers and Akufo?
In 2016. Oh, so difference, but okay, mama. Listen.
For major ministers, defense, interior, education, interior. Okay, interior and Akufo. Because now we don't and Akufo. Defense going on yandoko for.
Yes, but need to
know. But offer the likes of Papa de say the Boamah MP, former Boamah MP.
Kendapa,
because I brought be yana for no.
Kendapa be interior minister, be defense minister for 4 times.
Yes, so he was part.
Yes,
now what I'm trying to say is most of the faces you saw with Akufo government are the same faces you see with Akufo government.
Yeah,
Akufo government.
Yeah,
because Osha MPP major appointment at the top level now. Youth ministers, how many of them are youth? How many of them are 30 years? how them omega say I'm bring you down to the ground say I'm only for no el kwaba the anymore kwase ombe no kra the anymore appointment no so for them kra no as a result level be ahoma so they don't even mingle with the youth again and me not even say you knew some of them akufa the shele mama appointment musa you can go with the guys and okay I'm big I'm by this sharing domain
Ebisa Akufo-Addo made Francis Asenso Boakye a deputy chief of staff.
Exactly. No, he was young at that time.
Abu Jinapo. Yes.
A minister. Abu Jinapo.
Yes, Abu Jinapo.
They are touched with the ground, they say. For more compare the likes of ABR, Memphis Sami
Yeah.
Dr. Frank Amakwehene. And the likes, Abbas Nuruddin. These are the young guys you see, say, who share this in 3 or 4 people like that. Or frame me nakasa I know. But these guys, I say, I'm here. Diplomat. And the government policies also idea say MPP in the youth, this policy I'm going to buy like this betting tax I'm going to buy. The betting tax na Gen Z no kwala na I'm benefit from it. I'm complaining na kai some complaining NDC capitalize ka say on be free am NDC free. And minimum it is conscious thing NDC with Frank Amanko to get closer to the youth. So I didn't Frank Amanko on TikTok. I'm over video. Yen free or yen beka channel na that no. He's resonating with the youth.
Yeah, he's
man go on TikTok live. No gas be program. No share how many people will join him online.
It's true.
So that you get 20K, 15K live.
Yeah.
Comment to me comment 2.5K. Likes there sometimes only 15.
Yeah.
And look at checking the TikTok. Well, followers over 70K.
Yeah.
7 more. He has about 700,000 followers.
Yeah.
Meaning, say idea where you know. Me people say you for am doing over 700,000 and I'm say imagine. There's something that Amumu say he's giving them a result. Yeah. Last time I joined him on his live just to see what is happening. And for about me, I said we joined just 5 minutes. And before I realized I'm spending about 30 minutes. Because,
on the live
program.
Okay.
Well, I said, talk to me. Say, tell me what is your problem. And people will call and text. Maybe I'm text him, so I'm catch and then he respond. Girl be free about say why diploma certain field, medical field now. Yeah, from that day. Was spending about 5 minutes change what you should do. And that I don't want to catch him more.
Okay.
And people were coming in with their program, me a nurse, me a doctor, me a teacher, or because I can say, open tools.
No, I see you.
What's so upon which man, baby, I call baby, or when she baby, or face kind of so. They hear and say open tools.
Okay.
What sure to say, he will deal with it. Man, number be someone contact you get the tools for him. How much is it tool? For say 1,000 cedis. Yeah. And now I bet that is so many hats.
Yes.
So that. Closeness that's our creating my youth for no. And be attractive.
It's true.
And yeah, the assurance and a government police be out, but say deliberately me a person get to or no there are some people in the MPP. Me who am you see that if about me who I mean in common because of his closeness with people.
Oh yes.
Because your contest and baby could be a so
they are the flyer be crapia Montie. Me cry me friend no. That time kana so ni Ghana.
Me na say cross and also regional secretary na so many chances from.
Bra na we dey no so bra na so mate. I say I say boys in say we dey communal labor. So what you say. So it is a lifestyle people get close to. So I think the guys I and this use in governance. They are more close. Look at Edu. I met someone in a bus station. What's it? New plan. How did you VIP. Now the Okache say Edu Jaya Mano. Edu Jitamaklo. Is it MPA?
Yeah,
MPA CEO. Okay.
So your man or meeting the kind of problem channel and our man and number so on contact. In fact, a friend and surprisingly and a friend back.
Say what friend ni partner?
No miss call no. The energy man number so on friend.
Okay.
My friend the jam find or give up.
Okay.
I say let energy friend back so me miss call so me and Michelle and so send a copy of what you honest and he works on it.
Oh wow.
And I so on shadow here NDC ni biagi. So my point is that the style NDC here no. It's better say MPP instead the next time my. But because of Poncho on it, I bet we're in the situation.
Yeah.
Because the guys will be seeing say, oh, and the other I enjoy so yana. You understand me?
Yeah.
Tell my minister he buy. They tell me the example and say, oh, you're young. What about young? Some of us can say, oh, guy, who's a region very strategic.
Yeah.
Because of the whole Ghana and Hana kingdom.
Yeah.
The minister buy a dress of who we see. Because of 7 you know door, you'll be a wow when I say because of Ohina or asset.
Yeah.
30 by 34, 36, I'm obviously on our collide obey there. But the first time I'm here convinced that our friend all the political parties meeting.
Yeah, RCC.
Yeah. And on my creative platform say it should be a young fan so obey respond. And it truly what it is about respond.
Or the top platform no so.
Platform what it is about respond.
Wow.
So when I don't say or person get closer to people. And since then, my own say the movement with Mensha was very good, very cool. Oba gala games, gala another day. Who is using the youth? And the painting I'm calling the painting away. And you call secondary school students. That platform of mama Mokrano, I'm appreciate it. And then we saw one guy be also contesting for a scratch or beche could be my own that day.
Yeah.
So some of these is how attracting the part. Sometimes you want no to the I was let me get closer to Boamah.
Yeah.
Because send a message in the sanity.
Yeah.
And all the comparing from and me father Simon Sapona, a former regime minister. Yes, I mean I like him for his discipline. Never catch him for say with all the shortcomings, we're going to discipline regime minister.
Yeah.
Who not means this man is very disciplined.
Yeah.
But no one should
have principle.
No one should have 1 year toy game nibi or no play bi.
No, no so no unique.
And this India grow no fan
na say.
Say to enkola toy game.
That's we did 2 year toy game.
Say toy game say enkola game. Na me say nin say o ya kola home. I say mama alaji nkana say. Mama alaji nkana level say oh you too elite this kind of things and that means we enter.
Yeah.
And not on there are so many apprentices. Look, now I call 1 week of Savage fee.
Yeah.
Nasi when you're on the family directly.
Yeah.
Look at attendance.
It's true.
And the people I'm buying. It is because of the human relationship.
Yeah.
Now me say what the microphobic co-corrigin say old MBC guys are neglect or support them financially. Busa no say on one microphone person me show mudiwa. Even though omo contest we some of them cry no. Omo party mo can not get access to them.
It's true.
And these are guys I should they push on momo come omo do no so me official. One am say police motorcade they need what's your minister
Machuba could de
big guy nipa no only share them mo some dem come say who has on new this will be introduced to channel.
Yeah.
They did all these things. And that thing a shame for
it's true.
So the NDC and I say youth in the sabi no omo action in actually look say obi kura beka one thing I do say I attract a man for here. Sa bridge also buy a bridge with breaky. Sakwa bi kotoko mo now bridge bi yakura.
Yeah.
And the guy be call a video.
Yes.
Within a week now and power on my
bridge you know.
So side active we now all you know. And I'm mama for so we dey can what. Look guys we call to come so swenyensa. No mo say guys am go extra no amoni
trough way.
The next day no the bus me no be mama say use this bus to convey people. For him to do that you know. Kwano ebe attracting nipa because some person when you minister no read this bus man can let about engage all the bureaucrats but with true social media or he responded to that. The thing say some of these attitude number among for and Joma himself with lifestyle none me say on number some mobile say for I don't know we see from and our church am for goodness the mo kana wa see the time maybe because the mo kana ya kwa onye but for him to give you that courtesy
yes.
So me because MB for say some say say kwa politics you can also learn and improve on it.
That's it.
But because some opportunities on it and then
now
because the more opportunities on it and the more it become look a more response now to this painting about why tourist attraction. So be a question. They be guys painting pan they be but some kind of na me call school be cry e ba some ba be hwe me hunu be am for park na ba be hwe yes the painting look nice but if not for the style MPP fad in the World Cup no nobody have been there MPP someone am na
because MPP fan World Cup means
some people respond say the answer we go press conference say we have for picture for camera that
conference
me not trying to be and no dey me boys be on press release be say nipa na o see interchange no
and then me go say kwa complain so I don't know they see one for the picture and kwa to one some of this is we are oh ma didn't match attention be as extraordinary baby and I think say they should
o the president says na beka down there Keskin
I think said that things we need to put certain things in perspective. No credit say MPP ewa by mu no there were some youthful people no one so go for gravitated towards them, the likes of John Kuma.
Yes,
John Kuma, JFK, Samia Uku.
Yes.
No more no.
Yes, JFK.
And then this form wa by mu.
John Kuma, Samia Uku, yes I know.
And then this form wa by mu. And na your more former organizer. I can't ba mu complain say omunya access to them mpo. So that people and go for access to them. Anamebwa. So we cannot create that false impression say NDC for accessible. It's not true.
Okay.
And this point is origin. We talk to their communicators. The last one share, me Baba Sabaso say, Nenkofo ne say, baby wo hono mo amisi o masem ba
na basti baby a prince ya
but others be o from ko so because of me pay bi ntomo mfa I just want to give names yes talk to them so we shouldn't give that false impression
okay
what I say
Matthias
political party be about ban mu a your nkrofo ampa based on their nature omo accessible ebi on so a omo accessible yen as politicians salam enim we've encountered both be on both ends even in opposition can you say na kwesi accessible chain even or they no kwapia no what I say it will be in the person's nature
yeah
men when people are here politics yeah that ben was do Christmas you say party young guys penny biafa ava phone from men this zone what say grada what I say but enkophobia on when people they reach out to everybody say na say original minister affair or other political parties the other people also do same me say JFK and when we din komoda when me too that several times the amako in here no enye new okay. It's a good thing but enye new what you say
new as a minister
there be as a politician as an American that thing I say tia say ni say any man bi wo ma say o say obi ye graffiti ampa ebema e ho no aye kama mo de kofo picture kan ho a it would have been more reasonable what you say but the point is say eno enye the substantive things are you expected from you as a regional minister mamo example when him say street lights a year so full line interchange so I a core of dysfunctional performance me can want some last message ya can want some performance regional minister who here
so full line interchange
street light street lights also in the drug
off okay.
Performance
okay
and no any graffiti no then a reasonable then a juma KPIs are we are regional minister say you may play to the optics which is true. I heard number crocodile John the nane oni our banner say ya mabi mukube ya mu mukube. But man kube ni ria. How does that bring development to Ashanti region? Those are the critical things. And the regional minister and the course say one year for record about a year ago no. I was saying
na say wa.
Me so okokodo
leg busomtwe
okokodo akosi saying. Ya commission you almost there be a 98% aka 2%. 1 year ni. Akosi saying. Ofori Krom hospital is here na ya. Agena 111 ya wie nyema gumu. Yintimi operationalize you.
Sa Ofori Krom.
Yes, Ofori Krom.
Mo wie.
Yeah, kokobin on. Ya wie. Ya wie na do crack commission here.
Okay.
Akase me operationalize. Tell the Agena 111 hospital. Yes.
Yeah.
Akosi saying.
Yeah.
Mo operationalize na so mo tell what region ni mu. Nema na ehia na hu hia mo. O ja say na wo ka eye munia so na MPP ye den. Minim say mina akwakomada akomadan
offense
offense
south
offense university yo
yeah offense
university yo
akomadan
yes local government university yes university
yeah is it Augustine Collins in team
yeah yes university yes you free so no and man this if adwin mu say university no or member university adwuma completed university also cause you one etu nyankofo me anti communicators any regional minister on share the substantives no na onye na de bia the gimmicks na ehia na the major things ye new regional minister amaso be development about Ashanti region no just to manage the egos of the youth asa at the end of the day say mabunu benya adwuma ya origin ni mu and say obey TikTok no which I make say bad o just say emu dia hin and are really AKPIs those are the critical things
but can you say Owia development ni nyina no so na edaweti koso say you have a party to also build
mejitum that's why I make say a go hand in hand a balancing act
yeah
but they be a best oh but why take to but team go for annual say ma chire mu and go communication officer make say do any it's good you keep in touch with them
yeah
but what's not say na be we na MPP we ya dey development na say region mu no apart from just one nanti be bia even a juso Agena 111 what is psychiatric hospital
yeah make I say
yes a juso ya nya tobo what dia wo musi mo say that say 47% psychiatric hospital no anu chemu no but o kasa no mo ye den te say you say I say sometimes in these discussions when you know a platform like this you need to be truthful That's why I say once a man condemn graffiti no more, you know. And maybe was a din trobi. And I go to the source. Osha story and this for the allegation say Jankroma Agis Kabina. A year dated a year November 2022, 3rd November 2022. Or say 25 story and me reading.
Yeah.
$25 million painting contract. 5 things Akufado's daughter said. And I'll say, who read the first line? Following allegations that the daughter of the president and Ado Danko Akufado secured some contracts. Allegations, Kakeo. Evidence be anyhow. And then this for the Nantia. And to the sense, the regional minister to me, they are not by Assem.
You also kept quiet.
Also, a Drubebion.
The NPP.
Let's be truthful to ourselves. A Drubebi. Now, propaganda and this machinery are set up. O kind of cry, Nanko for cranty. Lady never respond here. The response are a year joy, Akava Hanini. A dated November 2nd, 2022. At 4:07 p.m. Or say, I was not paid 25 million to paint Accra, Akufado's daughter. Who did the first line now?
I was not. So
or say, I was not.
Did she receive?
Me patch on. I mean, read it. Or say, one of the daughters of Akufado says she was not paid 25 million to pay to paint Greater Accra. Mrs. Jankroma said such allegations are completely false. According to her, the project was privately conceived and funded, contrary to claims being speculated. Say, Obi, I told I said, some ya de we boy. Some encourage me say we. Now me say, oh, what's a oko sofa line? Entertain now. I see us how kind of film. No say graffiti ni boy inside.
Yeah.
And people yeah. Now me say same kwe bi sa kan ho a.
Under bridge.
Under bridge. Now me kwe bi kan ho a. Now this will be trying to say try me 25 million na. Na no. Because begwa control. Who say begwa about documents say oh proof ben no. Who say no see the oh there be and susu dia akora me ama. But it was a lie. And no me hwe na je video bia no dem say or the regional ministers all credibility on show one single document. Say Jankroma e contract $25 million. And who say we ye leader. Na say leader no say credibility bem. Na say jiwudia. Sa ni maybe say in twan kitikiti say just to justify secondary things are Owia. They make what you say. It's Jankroma sma minua I think say it's neither here nor there. Okay. That thing I say a year lastly me say salam etiase and say. And that's a question obisa me earlier about a year global info analytics.
Yeah.
Unim. What observe ya? Ne diversionary tactics.
Global info analytics.
Yes. And I'll give you. Yeah, it was just unreasonable. It was unim. NDC echo under pressure bia wa observe ya e fee 2025 on ba be time mo under pressure bia no release some of these service na bio no
Musa Dankwa.
Let's ask ourselves say obi wa ban mu MPP opposition no you ever say MPP kragu me pacho when you taxes man no NDC ni jondo mama
NDC government
ade na Musa Dankwa emma trimu so kwa survey okobusa mabunu ni say 24-hour economy 133 Mama Castle Bay ontimi nyeye no omodwen ho sei ade na emani trimu se kokko akwafo Mama enti omo ka no kokko akwafo no ho ko so say ahunhia be no munamu oye the survey also social your friends say neutrals say okay but the neutrals obi kokko farmers
was about 41% of kokko farmers say
ade na enra na teachers for chance line sanction exams NDC atobo ni mu o ja say man Musa Dankwa team say okobu teacher for no say bosha NDC John Mama show mo say obetwa license exams mu no ayo automatic posting enya mai no omodwen ho say those are the critical things
mate
eti dey this diversional tactics no dey about betum because one for side you betum na maybe I can discuss kokko for us but betum na nyina ye huri ni akwakwa kodi akiri Musa Dankwa is just being a perception manager. Asamba bia na nkofo akopɛ akrama ne no de abetuja. What I'm saying is say
nkofo akopɛ akrama.
Oh yeah, no de that's abetuja. What I'm saying is say there are serious things.
Eno de mienu any adanse say
Musa Dankwa time NDC be ko ahuyehia mu bia no when their backs are against the wall bia no be some of these needless service or beto abonten. O just say ebio say yetimi hu say ye di tumi ahye Joma amansem so onye adwuma se first say kan ka say animuna se so hye ye obaya 15 months mu ne we you we should be seeing deliverables that should be the basis of surveys and pa the aban ne ye no so fa so be na munya But it appears that Musa Dankwa were more interest in MPP than NDC or what Burma or Musa Dankwa tax among. If not for an ulterior motive, then what else can be guiding Musa Dankwa and Jumedia Odi? From where I sit, any membership drive I hear need Jumedia Yedi, boys or more complaining, girls or more complaining, or more complaining about electricity bill, water bills, school fees, buying child fees and charges. Or more complaining and we hear about system corruption is a ban way do Juma a year cocoa for more term. Nasta na because there be NDC that attractive as they were in 2024. That's a kind of crack.
Martinidin de Keskin Osu Poku or ye part of the NPP communication team as I saw Ayubia Osre say party them for to me manona or my director of communication and for my NPP was mama some
do some small quick rebatas.
Sir, on this same uncommon way. Mommy and Queen.
What I remind myself.
But my main can messages in a craby ewa has say or say Alhaji Mundasa Tidinima Munia Fachamalaji Mundasa or say or saying Michael Cotomens Kusinsia on also say or show no Ivans are there or say or show no teacher constitution we are more say or say JM and his NDC government afeli Ghana titiru on the fight of Galamsey or say ene and I'm so my opinion leaders in and some cheerful in our command watum NDC abayin to man ko Galamsey but opinion leaders okuremo and then some cheerful a command watuma omuntimi enka bibia emfa de ekoso no ho o se na nchi ankoma asantemai koka Mr. Owusu Bempa in Shiaeso NPP chairman hopeful we a teacher constitution we amwase ne dia wode ebaye Benji Infensi sewa o se sane MPP leaders no mo abem omusi di Galamsey 8 years ne pass sense ase ene nsuo no ebedin se Mahama be stopping at once but nyina mu no osre government ne say they should find the appropriate ways normal and solve the issue no or say Galamsey okay decha we or say nkoma MC or atwemanwa bi eja south honorable wisdom or say Boamah or say Ochiano ne de eno Masaudu Kumase Bantama or say President John Dramani Mahama de won't me ko Galamsey no or so ntimi enko Galamsey because no any party members no deeply involved and na e say oye bold na obepa Ghana fo achewo na o discipline the party no rank and file na we Masaudu Kumase Bantama and na o se nchia enkoma honorable Sampine Oba NPP National First Vice ono so ne de no Alfred Owia or say good afternoon yaw na ye show from Kintampo Hilltop okay Hilltop ne bi wo Kintampo ho ene ye chechi amopa na nze Kumase nko ena ye wo Hilltop e wo ohwimase ba se bi wo ho no mo de a ene ye chiachia mo e wo ho no mo Masaudu Bantama as I repeating the message no ha Ivans are there Alhaji Mundesa munyina masa repeating messages no yeah that say Prince also me mouth 2 minutes
Mate bra
2 minutes Mate okay one
de di kan no me bra panyi Kesken oti ha yenko ba bia wo se de honorable Dr. Frank Amakon ne ye no enye news pacho munya panyi Boamah de Dr. Frank Amakon ne ye no regional MPP veterans 8 years o mutimi ye bi
oh man show
please there be a regional minister be as
why you be say that a new thing now doctor na initiate me
yes
enti otia ka say Dr. Amakon de wo ye enye news no we kontompo ni kase pa
ana de mekan o
ni pacho number 2 was say agenda 111 na wo for krumo so but district bia o say MPP for wie
offer krum and na atwema kwa
mama okay was MPP for wie
which is a fact
pacho wadarmo ye ka say hospital ne de empa emfidie doctor please doctors ni no mangina wo mu a adwuma enya na ye hospital enti di ono no ka no doctors any impani no maguma ye adwuma enti entro mienu number 3 was say presidential villa na wo Bosomchina
Lake Bosomchi
Honorable Dr. Frank Amakwe ko ye ho adwuma emo do ho ye ho adwuma
me ka so ka sewa and hospitals
ya ka say ti me ka Bosomchi
me na nka me kofa Bosomchi abam yes
enti sa presidential villa ho no sabi MPP be di so na 8 years ya buy no sa na akanwula mewa na atwe ni akwakuo ni awio ni afo e na eduma trenchi pacho former regional minister anya Bosomchi no free enti wa hu sasa japade no ho wa mind dia ena me ka say wo tikase awi atwe ena wo tikase awi na wi ni yi o say man say tikase na attention kra ni ntimi nwe sasa no pesa me ka no dia eni pa ni free district na mu o ye minister
na sabi wo so amfo bu eni dia ma
no sabi predasa pacho dia me di twa to kra ni say NDC MPP be di akonya so emfie enwotwe Tama na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eja akonya no dia mo no Credit Market na ya wie ena de Central Market Expansion share omo nsem ba okay ena ewura Mahama ye bibia hu sika sem na no de share Akufo-Addo nsem Akufo-Addo betna so emfie nwotwe wantimi anwie sesi a ewura ba yi se wo ho wo ye adwuma no se on stop we me boa enti wo betna so emfie nwotwe no asante mamu ye stronghold no e de na sequence wie sa project ne ma asante man eno de to so 9 say what ya ka say impuntuo a memebo boss so asante mamu ngina na meke kan no je say omo no de omo betwa ye omo ye de ye hwe in fact we say His Excellency radio obetna so a wonye hwe ba me pese minu na ti ase say tama na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ifra kunya so afale military hospital na aka many percent ye wi na do ba enfie nwotwe utimi wi
ba me free say 42%
pacho me ba wadaroma Yewura His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni nyuma wo ye na santima mu ko ba ye bi de first administration no but Ashanti region yanko a day senior high schools o ma 14
that's a lie
community day senior
high schools mini atie Bosomchi oyoko adujama banka no adubiase akrofrom oboase
adanse akrofrom
adujama se maka adujama kekani ngina agbo ma yese owie mudodo say
5
owie mudodo ma 10
ye be bo Ashanti region
that's a lie
okay blalutie Bosomchi oyoko adujama school for wom banka school for wom Pakusu school for wom no adubiase school for wom dem bo ngina say school for wom nanado ene ba omi amekere bese num ana miensa wo ye ya ene school for wom me se oto akwadu abayi na America aduchum be ye bi wo Bosomchi se Bosomchi girls STEM school se wo
yeah
okay apart from eno de ebiem
mate
de abanya obabua obetna konya so obo asantemaya sebi enya kwasi basase ade aban we yi
mate prince
interchange oja oto onya na yeguso aye
mate prince
ade tira won ka ho asem
mate me da say Keskin 2 minutes
yeah
na ye sim card re-registration so remember say sankomo we ne nke de ye bobo so nka ya koye
say ye di enkomo a ayenti asem ni asema salam kan ye ne say regional minister ya accessible na mabunu gravity towards
yes
and I may say one Abraham MPP ababem there were some youth and almost abem like said the politics here based on their nature and for gravity towards them. I mentioned the Legion Kuma our constituency already. I mentioned Samuel Uku, I mentioned JFK. I'm because it's a regional minister accessible and you be before but it comes with the politics it's because I they toss to be when them say Mrs. Sofo line sa graffiti painting we offer a yes pathway as here na
under bridge na wo so fly into the force
and a major issue mame o dey say ebio and say o say o na Mahama KJT phase 2 no ye hu ska say intro me pa cho UKEF omo 2018-2019 financial reports NMB UKEF omo my cap for project me pa cho read under Ghana na ayo se nye contractor na umsi come the omri mai ho e je do ya mudi ntro na
under Ghana
so who's Ghana ho no can be some more
yes contractor construction Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning construction of marketplace buyer credit direct lending na aba 78.2 million pounds na waba
loans from the my
yes
but me to the account me to the account who didn't trust say
me ba prince uze o kasa no wa ha say
I'm not saying say first phase. And that John Mahama. And sa and a walk. Back at second phase, John Mahama, you who's Casper, who didn't throw. What I'm saying is say, Sasikana mobile for second phase no. The approval ni BBM who Jumediano esi and another first time. It's about when you approval we there's some scan in tranches. Scan no mudi be buy this share here. I'm a base because of COVID and who says, okay, say do baby kwa UKF a chairman a baby inspect to Kumasi Airport and the credit at phase 2 no.
Yeah.
Scan is sign COVID period I'm saying another tranche no. COVID says if that mes can I day. And these are things are a factual. That's why maybe you 2018 2019 financial report at no. So Mahama is kind of who Jumedi na and is kind of once and okwa. And is kind of arma within a 2016 report.
Matekes can also pokuni. Mamenko alaji na yenin komo enfamfa SIM card re-registration ya yebabe ye. Sa SIM card re-registration. Sam George, the Minister of Communication, Ediatuga said it will not come at a cost to the taxpayer. But there are speculations say a beach say register bakwa. A beach say be SIM card be about say 2 cedis B say 1 cedi B say 3 cedis B and a beba at a cost to a adeno. But a beach say telecommunication networks in a bebe cost no. But the amount for say they will direct sa cost no to the ordinary Ghanaian. Ebi a mekoto me airtime egu me phone so mekoto data. Say minister baby a yaba bedro ni SIM card re-registration no. Alaji mama starting from free one more. Also it will not come at a cost to us. I mean till for the next 15 minutes.
Yaw Boamah. Idea also to me say with the modern technology away. SIM card registration is very very important.
Yeah.
Very very extremely important. If you say data and information and we are seeing idea BBR.
Yeah.
And there's a unshare any proper data or crow in your save. That is why you apply visa and bro mind so I'll burn some fill forms and a Jew photocopy. You make also as you say, every soul we are wanting to that country in the baby hour. A day Hiana, a baby only. And to go back to one in baby. And to get that thing, it was a register.
Yeah.
And I'm saying no my no national ID. And they should a capture BI data information what what do you say what you are that SIM card one of the 10 about part of us to us maybe feature SIM your heartbeat because a SIM in our phone is in so and with phone no yet be a BBI and now modern world obiana man phone what if I go for car also obia on phones it's about a part and parcel of us so and I'm saying I'm over to me use to can boni so the as you for make a woman be a kind of graduate area or suddenly take a conform I find a bus of scam which is scano. I will never forget this. That was my no trying to or down or the fee.
Oh.
And the Abayan I say, it was a registered announced will be beer use phone piano. I just say, Tima Momano in Nimbi a war near Nimo. Yeah. Send me like I said, phone about a life. And the says here 30 million. I will say 60 million because phone is about a life. The American phone is with my.
It's true.
With the phone
could have 2, it could have 3.
Then to go back say, the phone now we don't know. Yeah. Because phone idea phone better by a check the
yes.
And this anybody to do bonnie and I'm so phone for no fast to do bonnie no. Yantima who phone and who pano. Yeah. So registering a SIM very very important. Yeah. More beyond for Niagara say yadipa. Yeah. Name Mugana or Yaribi say, into me adi. Be a baby ano. And you need. Yeah. Shall share your first time I can say Ghana card. Yeah. For 2007. Yeah. Sa yeah, basa, men's buy basa, mama buy basa. It took Akufo back for him to get things well done. Yeah. Same to Yesha recession. I'm for the questions on how the recessions have been done. Because the we across here we know. Next time I'm for the fraud I'm for ultimate resume. Yeah. Menu can say no platform here will be hijack platform for the whole day because hijack and one of the admin and or block will be so you can send a message on the platform. It don't mean I be say your hacking system. And I don't work for a month for the person. You bet my treasure on him. Yeah. It means system idea in the class system ain't shut and complete. Yeah. It's not only registering the person, to be able to track the person at the appropriate time is so very, very important. Yeah. Tell my organization, I'm for Busa never be say system on me brand and chow picture is it the right thing? And me obi a use phone oh send mobile money any dinner also. Aye. So me to phone no one thing. And the MTN is still allowed that number to function. Yeah. the assumption is that say register.
Yeah.
What register the system ultimately check who say the line register kojuna na useful and answer kwaji amansam no we don't do that.
Yeah.
And the papa say oh baba here registration for because services na shortcomings we won. This our best and a all this thing can be done. And also no make sure so be biara registered. Me any me problem. But the worker say and your cost no. What does it mean by cost? There's no cost more than your time.
Yeah.
So because register me same never take me the whole day. Do you know how much I'm losing?
Yeah.
Is the registration being done? Say me am to man say man say me shall call salary say the salary na. And if that's the case, then say someone
can say there will be a link.
Yes.
Any other.
Yeah, people propose to say why can't they use your Ghana card? The data in a buy card, a buy data that Ghana card. Never be on here. So I'm here Ghana card from the NIA. They say all to synchronize.
Yeah. Enra kukua mami code be so bosta 4420 hash. Oba emma feedback say ebia Boamah you've synchronized your Ghana card with your SIM card. And my boy na my notification say my SIM card is synchronized to my Ghana card into information in so I was na me said then what again?
So if sana a tier there, then what are they adding up? Because information paper no age any Ghana card.
Yeah.
Obi akwa Ghana card be say that process are far true no. A process be I take all the necessary information about the person.
Yeah.
Because for one of the things I'm here birth set as an automatic.
Yeah.
We also questions be including hometown crano. You also provide any sign be say be fear or this side. They take proper data. They say synchronize with that the credit. Then what else are we doing? Unless say be this time around, one person make sure say
okay, almost say a production team kuku almost say star 404 hash. Yeah, I say it's a star 404 hash. Yes, star 404 hash. Oba ebe mau sa o number duly registered with your Ghana card. It will tell you.
And if your number is duly registered with your Ghana card, fine. But it doesn't mean so much synchronization because no, the two things there are two things. So I mean the Ghana card could register. Fine, I use Ghana card to certify say me and me too anyway. And I would do data. But as to what the data now Ghana card I mean and one what phone a different thing. When it's automatic. Ghana card is for identification. And they say I identify the Ghana card so we do the Boamah also. And you're different from say data and what Ghana card the more saying.
Okay, Matthias.
You could be say, for example, if my baba registration, France, MTN, me say, me Yaw. Meanwhile, in my Ghana card, me registration, me say me tafu. But so synchronize, but Ghana card because just say they be the data of the man me tafu, the data of the man me
Abu into identity na assessante because I can prove ebi na me te hold that time
that I'm hold on where is
yes data
so when these are some of things I'm some
okay
because some way automatic synchronization are proper bebre I Ghana card with different location ebi I Ghana card now what eje so look at some brain what ebi atafo na what patasi na center so assessant but me dey make an say registration na ha mi o ye na say yes I was all bio Ninja job from Anapa, look, abandoning your job from morning to evening, it's more than 10,000 and it's more than 100 Ghana series.
Yes,
so that's all Jimmy 2 and now Jimmy 3 series. And you're the maker. Some major major in our salary. No more salary. Maybe call because said that dino. How much? No more salary. No, we are in one of the Shabashana. If I'm quite. The Miss Normal. If the other technical way be better my year, and for much problem, and Ghana for among ye. Some men just want a moment for that table behind him and for patient enough time.
Yes, within 3 months, within a month, within
a year.
Well, we have for a whole year. Say the year process,
and they should be working 24/7.
Yeah,
Sundays in Amonco.
Good.
Now I'm for convince I won't register.
Yeah,
because my legal register, they mean illegal. It was sanctioned by the state. It's also I want to for some say. I now want you know. When we say state Ghana near back. The difference in the administrative faces in the society.
Yeah.
It is about Ghana by register me na yeah. Michelle was for Ghana by and shame so and we say we should give us time.
Yeah.
But you see, Boamah, I did back here and say, when are we going to have a state policy here? Yeah, na we.
I'm for say Ghana ye bibian completed that.
You did
I say
by. And they didn't say.
And a junior high school.
Me was Santa 1987. Ne second a friend assas.
Okay, ne is a secondary school.
And then a Santa
senior high school.
Senior high school.
Yes.
Need gratis.
Yeah.
There's a time of Kruma, your science 3 years to 2 years or 2.5 years. The be pan as
4 years.
You bet me this. I do way the energy to say this is the best way. Obi aba insada. Even na say amodi this computer system am here on hospital ground.
Yeah.
I can't buy a cry. Ni take a kind.
Yeah.
Anytime bia what NDC and big bet cover bia no say no bia Owia no ya ko edin say fa ho kakra as what they be ni na say yeni me mo say o chene people bana pentia ye akwa foforo
Ne.
because akwa say bibia bia enye of man na
as an individual be
party
any party no yeah. But if adeno no is of national nature area, let's all support
it. Into where you want to buy Sam George and I saw the come Minister of Communication, my employing Crawford, and Minister of Communication, and Yaw Boamah say, in the name of Ghana, and I said the name in
the NCE never be we first one no a telecommunication networks in a year into data no or telecommunication networks in all instead of NCE.
Can they release it to NCE? No, assuming it's true. Can they release it to NCE?
That's it.
Say data ain't touch man. Then let's give it to NCA simple as that.
Yes.
And I say NCA person bona fide we now they should be the mother information about you. So that one I agree. Because and your proposal say your data, the original one is our foreigners and same.
Yeah.
Because all these telecommunications more or less like a private ones and it will be able to my information easily.
Yeah.
But I believe say data na NCA will not be different from the telecommunications. But me baby, I do know what say we na yen sam ko salai. Na me sora machin ko salai. And ni ma midajune.
Sure. Martin Dindi Alhaji Abdul Salam Isa na yete no enkano. Francis Debra osiyao me enjoy Alhaji Abdul Salam ene mo submissions na jekum Peter osiyao me hwemo kwabna da ko ose ohwe yen Michael esoso ababio Mame Bedu Joyce Nana Mame Bedu Joyce Nana James Esumi ose yao ye hwemo ewo ahase yeda ase Mame Enko Prince Mame Emra ohonomo same card ya ye kwa register first one ade what happened to it ede na esi ye na ene minister ka kire say ye obi enu honomo a ebeboka wo sa same card registration me till for the next 15 minutes. Also, quite just communication. Oh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Down and dusted.
Yeah, but when you get to be any more brains. Share. So, on call no pools.
That be, I know you say I share anymore.
Okay. But is it your own one where you tea?
Minkwana minim. Omun now see him say,
or say, Minkwana minim. Matima meet you with some card no.
Pacho Odaroma, SIM card registration. On say or mine, if I say we can, you can have fourth ones, and they say for the past 15 years, yeah. Yes, you see, near about to a good
fourth one, say.
Yeah, SIM card registration. We can want Makuma 9. Different.
SIM card. Sir.
Say SIM card registration.
This is the fourth time.
This is the fourth time.
Wow, any news to me.
Anytime bia, anytime bia. Ube kombe no na fraud fui omda so hihiem
sister new London for no
pacho so what you say no omda so hihiem we say ube enipa no kra number no kra be hu number no kra say even number no kra na hack ya na we bibisa kra to trace the number no kra is also difficult one say say na oka data o my muning na kufado ene ni pen for supervisor ya de o my sika ye akwedi telecommunication network for Pacho telecommunication network for no. Omo na ye NCA for ana.
Oh debi.
In this case no. So my muning na ye SIM re-registration ye per proper data. Say ko NCA ho ana say ko telecom companies omo no from be aba.
Oh say government or mine data and or mine should have access to it. Or say
in the first place crown MPP for crown ke SIM re-registration na they have no even locals to say some because omo take your mine data na no omo de ko share how for how wonsem. Se me kasa wo ho a me nka se se bi omuni oman mu ba omude oman mu ni na data a yesen ka NCA na yese wo ye ho adwuma no omude ko hye a wo ho nsem se bi abatu na se to me ye fa tumi nkoma Kofi Kwan mu wo hwe na wo hu sesi aye kese data collection data ankasa man data ankasa eye poor minka data mobile data network.
Oh yes
interagencies ebia for example NIA ehia data say if I say ya quality data ni na dia ma NCA statistical agency here so mbeko
Ghana statistical service for here
ombeko
yes
NCA here ombeko senate here obi ya so beko
yes
na wo koye na de ko she Kofi Kwan mu nsem na wo ye ho no ebere na sa inter connection awo inter agency connection no
some information there NIA Ghana omomo ye Ghana card they have some information nyina
na me che say
with our Ghana card data no
okay so me che say NCA for no what the kind establish say they should be the proper people to handle the whole thing.
That's how it should be.
That is how it should be.
Say it's a information about me chip. There be me chip. And whole chip we one they use one a day yeah. Or see a call NCA ho. Na omubusa just as ubusa say Owia TV. Wine dia. Oko NCA be pull data nyina ma. Say Owia TV is one no. When any dia. We mun na board of directors and this is adia Owia TV ombeji license say omo de beye
enti ode data ni na Kufa ne MPP abani data ni na come telecommunication network proper data protection be any number one there is no proper data because sebi omo no they are make say private peoples they can do whatever they want to do with our data and the number one point now established. And a two, this time round, no, you see, telecommunication network, no, omwa na ebe finance adie. Share unim. What do I chamber kujum? What do you abeko? What do you akrante beko? But at the end of the day, no, I'm wa me bo mudin ubia quite de and ebema amount for patronizing.
Oh yeah.
Intimacy watching that wa. Na krante da say me ya krante because minim say niti no betima e no ma bebre patro bla what ase e to ufo no so kra no me kra ma ni increase so what ase ovim basoro me kwa okay na sesie na ade na ye kwen na mo pen so no mo de ade no e ma mo de aban sika e koye ya mo de baguru medam ase wie ya mo wie no man tima sa protect data no esa ma data no ko di wrong hands not this time round no yes telecommunication network no mo wa man no man nye o mo so mate yes mo problem ne say bra what you say
Matthias
show
but I'm for busa say this ade we susu time na MPPS la usu AS ade we I'm for pull videos na ade aba some George kra interview bi o yes or no Ghana card kro ni bi na sem no on register then I'm for fee say when you have people omo command nipa na aso mo rise against ade aye if you say bi e be bo mining na ebe onipa bebere omutie Sam George a man kwankọ ye so
bla wuti
mitio
pamno twa no eno ane mache no
yes ene yesi e ba be no foforo
ade ni na
no say sa video way of Sam George circulate and nepa wo other social media ade ne so
oni boni bia na make no pamno twa no eno ane mache no one ye hia proper data our mind betim de adidwuma say blind
ye nyina let's support it
so tia say bi yawo na ye support this say
NPP NDC CPP
I just say ye nuanom MPP for nko a omo no
de MPP for so mo nyintu
ebegu enwufo say omo no omo mfa hwe ma table no so ebegu enwufo
MPP for so mo support
na what ye obe support
kesken
okokroku dabi say ade no de mfa so be ba o man timamfo no emu nko ade a omo support o ade bia bebua bia omo support mo ana mo koye data mo koye ye ya hu de koye ye say interagencies agency we hia data e ho akoye den obi kura yusu mobile me wo hai obi frame en obi frame Mr. Bawa presidential ho platform we da so bi and ye platform no foforo ye ni say o ma wo koye mistake na say okonya information bi na say o ha ka phone na when I go trace no I just say platform you free so na later no ya sha they do enti no ma bebre wo system no mu a yes ye hwene akorate na ye resetting no ama bibia akọ nanim this time round no the cost of it no will not be cost no nya aban no say o man no say na telecom network na be provided finances am ya side na mum na musikum bra ade we dey say ye
oh yeah
yes yeah because in the first time for the first time in the history of this country no ade bi ba system nim ye o man panyi ko for time me won say me politics no we ade na say ya mebo aba so wo ton kwadu abe in America so what the health insurance
yeah
ye wura JJ Rollins kra de no starting no for kra ho baby
health insurance
JJ na start here
baby the minimum you see Roman Catholic Church
me ba me instance no that time ye wura kofo panyi kofo onu adokofo one ye ranking member on health
yes
o man panyi kofo onu adokofo kra be kan parliament e ma ne biographic mu enti health insurance no sabi ye wura JJ Rollins o starting ne kakra bi o sire mu na se na ye wura kofo ba e o trem obi anya bi ye wura tamus ba ye so beto aso uti say atames be kan say data na kofo ye no na nye na say because eye no kure wa ye ni yie mususu mu die mu ba ye mu anye ni yie ene ye ka say ye nye ni yie na benefit o man no musu mu ntiase sabi obi anu wa opa de abokotoko a sabi ye bebo na bro His Excellency John Dramani Mama wono papa no e papa so opa amoma so so woni Sam George e wo problem a e different woni Sam George problem no unti famous say o man mu ni na ade sabi samene me boss e wo problem a eno no nche say ye adwuma a
ade obi ni Sam George problem
and before no be brain no problem
sa
na unim ade am say o position the way o sika kan ne nsem bi ni ade but the bottom line na say pamro twa no ase ache no miru Sam George nko ani minister betina so a ade bi o de bebe bia MP before person o criticize o criticize so it should be constructively
yeah
sabi say sim registration ya ye bibia kama na bra boama so bi ha kama phone na say so quickly ne betima trace ne pa na say we na ye say
yeah
say e bi kura no a ye nya no pepe pesa de pe no kura na at least should be 80-90% ade profession say de be ya so my muni nyina no say ye ade a e bedwene wanhunu say ade we ni no e ho no ye nko ho biem so ye nsa nko sim registration ho biem because ebia oba yoma pani we bae no wo mia nani etene eye de se efata na wa betra so anya de se fata enafun yi kura no sabi information yi kura na ewo akwasi awo nsem kura no bra eno kura nyehu hwe se o man mu ni nyina ye sim registration data ye kwa hwa ye se wo awo nsem kofri kwa mu bi nsem eno kura nyehu enti se ye de ade na ko hye NCA for National Telecommunication for no sam o ma hwe no ma ye ni yie me bottom line you know the underline word no ye pese omo be ye we ni be wie no na ye se ko wesi o man sika ye se ko wesi o man da
ye nye ni yie ni enti ensem firi ho na kina bi ya sam be gusti am for time
e na medwene ho
matase
se na me boss kan obi betima salai obesal bidla so ani nu so yes short code one when de beba but e de nia agbo say mistaken kitikiti bi ni direct o
ye obi wo hono ma sa short code now so dey ba no hwe you crew man say alaji wakoye nkuro nketu ni mo nkurase ne sa ye smaller communities no yam network no kura bi ni ho na yam no yusu eti se so wonko code ni ho ye wo ma me bebe oduru mo mowura no ho no mo say je bo ma yi ni ma me ba ne say yi ma me to o ne trusted e bia momo vendor bia oni ni edi so enti ade no say yan tretre man chirechirem ma manfo antiase a
me mada anu ani momo code ni vendor ni
wow mame ni mobile money code no do ye mobile money ni ni
fe ni mo no ananim
no the amano na we yama
na to me the phone ekoboro ayiska so ati ase enti ya prime ni mu
so na bo ma wada me de ye de tintin na ye ka tintin on say de komodia na o me de ye kin na say eno ma me sa na nine pebi we need to have a system effective enye te sabi de tie dada ya BBC kura wuntimi tracy na hu hwe ye no two ade na ye no ese ye hu ni say ye no once and for all on say MPP tam no maame no esre wusu no ahantan ni sabi dweka sabi obekeka ye no ne nyoma no ma bi ntino na mado ye no kura ye no kura we deliver with Ghanaians maame she date no a date na ni pay bufa so na ni pay yesei ade nso skra went me anyu utimi kwa kasa obi kra guarantor do stage bi kra guarantor system kra no mami wo
aka
obi ni Ghana card MPP ni no dey say
dey be to aso
oni hwe obeka mami nkasa onwe obi kra ho no mo a the Ghana card no wo ye Ghana card no ewo na ye for office o ne say
ebi kra nkoje o mo Ghana card da so
gugu mami say ya say Ghana card wo Ghana card ni wo tam na so me ma unya bi na ye ni krom a bla na ye ni krom a
there were timelines here
obi wa say the American no
why na kra no ye wa manfo a me de ya metwam o ayi KGT a zoo runabout n'animu a MTN office bi na wo ho no o still na manfo guo no me am busom say na boss omo ye dom say ye be register ye chip me say
because
that also register
bla uti satem no obi o satem me bla o ma me kasa satem no obi o ha na de Ghana card na mai
it's a name na nsaka
fe na nsaka enti nsaka no chese won tena fi
okay Matthias
ba just what I say
Matthias
enti ye de hwehwe say no mani na betoto ten na ye mpeso so say sebi adwumayefo no ye pese ye kan bibi kakra wa adwumayefo na o mehwa ye sa registration ni ade ade no ye besere mo adwuma na mo ye no sebi mo ya amoman no se ko bate se mo ko tena ho na ye de nipa tete pe na behwe mo ede a adwuma no ntimi nya ko kan wasam kire de ode adwuma no ma na ko po ba bi tena
mate
de na mo nya registration ni ye na system no enye kama na Ghana ni benefit and said the American for the last time wa ye Ghana card bla wo hey ye ka say be Ghana card for me NDC ni but I come and sit here me criticize it because adebo ha they should be
ready yawe
once
yes adebo say free ade na ye ya na wa ye ni no atum say for then ye call another adefo so na de bia ye be kwa ba
ye ba ne ye ba sa anti
me no ye adwene prince
John Dramani man me de me ginidi
mate
wo de ye wura ma gina ho a me ginidi
mate me da say ne the prince Adumbewa wo ye a board member of Lands Commission or so ye part of the NDC communication team ko adjuso a o say adjuso delegates em fatumi ma no na adjuso constituency nyina no o me communication mo de ne officer na say director
communication
officer emma constituency no ma me enko doc no mo Gaskin same registration baby ayaba bejina enie amanfo busa questions amanfo say don't we have other options first one no Gaskin adena montimi anya ntem nse
from e ba ho very quickly na sekuku aso utiama send John Mahama ne Sam George video bi it will inform a for how inconsistent
Kuku ne Dominic me ba cho mama me sound na
enya dia the way ayebe no enya dia the way ayebe no enya dia obekwa akọ yes santene no akotwa card foforo ye de code bi beba wo phone so na akase churowudin enter Ghana card number ene ubi bia ewo sa code no so the way ayebe no enya dia obekwa akọ yes santene no akotwa card foforo ye de code bi beba wo phone the way ayebe no enya dia obekwa akọ yes santene no akotwa card foforo the way ayebe no enya dia obekwa akọ yes santene no akotwa card foforo ye de code bi beba wo phone so na akase churowudin enter Ghana card number ene ubi bia ewo sa code no so o enter wia na wamia enter na akọ database no na e the same card na bata Ghana card no eno ano no
community-based health insurance scheme was established in the early 1990s. Also, the modern health insurance system in Ghana is widely considered to have its practical foundation in Nkranza, the near Katano system is where the first and most successful community-based health insurance scheme was established in the early 1990s.
1990.
Maybe to was a premature ejaculation. The Nkranza community, the Nkranza community health scheme was formally launched and became operational in 1992. It is a hospital-based initiative by St. Teresa's Catholic Hospital in Nkranza, spearheaded by Dr. Ineki Bosman, a Dutch medical doctor. And these are things you can't want them. It is factually proven. Research works. I can't want them how it started. And I'm wearing a Rollins and says, but I'm fan Rollins. Private person, I idea. What's now one? Can I say the first manifesto I trust him with obeying out insurance. Ne PNC for manifesto.
First manifesto. Political party a PA manifesto. Ne PNC. Dr. Edward Nasigri Mahama. Okay.
Ahead of 1996 elections.
Okay.
As a year became wasem ahead of 2000. So but as we didn't trust Rollins there. What are you talking about? Ebio, I think say yes SIM card registration was John Mama video and person called Bonnet. John Mama said bunko DQ so
Who enter here? Enter. Now a core database no.
It's just
now the same card now pattern Ghana card no.
And also it is some job. You might be taking bioprints.
Flashback.
There are people who use Techno, people who use Opta, there are people who use Huawei. All of these phones have different
bioprint now.
Camera pixelations and all of that. Then you see everybody can use their own phone to take a picture and capture their biometric and register their data.
See data now was
that in itself should be the first red flag for you to know that the NIA,
what the
FP system of that.
And there's also a registration beam. Maybe star 404 hash. A year and prompt or see yellow. You have already registered successfully with your Ghana card. Thank you and keep safe. It registration maybe on SM
Yeah, yellow. You have already been registered successfully with your Ghana card. Thank you and keep safe.
It's a some judge. It's a person synchronize it or number any Ghana card now. What do you say? Now already it's already done. Give him Naka. What is he going to do? It's so basic.
But say even say Kurana still sister new London vono frosters no.
Even in UK. Frosters or online frosters or yes. I tell you a message. Yes, we deliver your mama drew. Now then go or follow a certain link.
Yeah.
Mistake hack your system. That is why you'll be hacking the system. You only can send a prompt B. Nani pakono ignorantly. Wako no accept it. Utimina OTP code you so any boy shame.
Yes.
Oko body ya. Nese no exchange mu details. No knowledge. Chene say church encrofo. Enye SIM card registration for be prevent no. Only sa nim dia na. Buy SIM card registration 1,000. It won't solve anything. Some judge say a kabia nimu. Me see a doctor back, Dr. Richard Apewu. Or say, Mami read it or throw on Facebook. Or say, those asking me how much the previous SIM card registration cost. Per my calculation Intel, it costed around 70 million to register 30 million SIM cards. But Uncle Sam George's own will cost no less than 240 million cedis. Me say, will
cost no less than say
240 million. See, I don't know as an expert in the field. As an expert in the field. No credit say, some don't say about registration. You ever say registration or say, and cost wow register no news ka. But it just all mining chaka. And now machines said about chaka no. Eba registration, my form some registration or made free.
There be.
Pro bono.
There be.
Young machines so fro.
Yeah.
Yeah, my contracts.
Yeah.
So what is some judge talking about? Now we are now and I can be any and now but when you can was them no. Now even anything because say be fast way serious the person of some judge omom ya arrogant to Ghana you class prefect.
Oh sir.
Yes, when arrogant was Ghana say some judge when some judge as a person on Kasentiano penny bay okwa vet ni amu bi So some judge abra registration. Na me na so pam no twa no ani ache no. Sabe nim de bia ma some judge tirimu say pam no twa no advance ache no. I don't know on the NDC for kabom so mo stubborn academy. Me nya betra wa kasa bebre what is what kasa the NDC for Romania ni. What kasa no. You're not principled. Say John Mahama and this person registration. One, I don't see the need for this registration. Because if the reason is say about synchronize it, my number, me use me number I use for about 20 years. I'm on my registration back me ensa dada no. Most of the time I made the same number na registration. One me hunyan say wo. Ebio me Ghana card, ya me GPS address, ya GBBA. Yeah. It is a ne me did one near Pemia. Once I that Android and iPhone so crown, national security can track me easily. Yeah. It's there for numbers on me. E yes can obi person who's ready asa.
National interest and yes say you protect your data because na oka there's one thing asamba ko raise here say data na esla time o mo collect ye nyina no telecommunication
obi o ka say be on tia na say
and yes sir
meba let me assist you with something and then new SIM card registration every are we saying say telco so munya access to it and the better my mobile money no money no ye no better my it's a obi mobile money na said sad data registration aye no telcos need sad data subia better than mobile money the biggest banking platform in Ghana and so almost catching banks nina yeah better wait more operate no because there's one thing some say because so yeah bank transaction na say we mobile banking or bank details so even banks no cry no or more Ghana commercial
but Kasken there's a difference between having an access to an information and they say information ya wo there.
Many is information your there. Means information
I don't know. Some judges say they want to give that information to NCA.
I'm telling you,
instead of telecommunication networks.
NCA, information no. But the information I would jam me some find me operations. No. That information no becomes be a media juma. Yeah. It's all about one thing. Or telco send a Boamah registration no. It's information no. It be one. You are saying nothing new. Telcos no, omuni access to Ghana card.
They do, yeah. Now say banks crano.
Exactly.
And me call banki, me de my dear no obisam say me Ghana card. When I'm saying me jano no say uni be of phones. Nam de chere no. Also number
ni ya na
exactly. Number ni ya mun so ohemanim no oheka ni na de no say mun so okay.
It is more access to the data now. What is some joy telling us? And our Bank of Ghana also any registration for because on also be say banks need any new data. No, double cano. I say yeah, two assembly be agumu. And I buy work as an MPP for no and MPP for no. But so far, mon can assembly be different too.
Oh yes, assembly.
No, I'm saying they've not said anything really convincing. I mean, I'm putting that way. BB I tell some part. More assembly be strong. That's what I'm saying. That's my rephrase word no. No, ukasa me bri. Me ukasa me bri. O say Esla. Where better use Esla? Where better use Esla?
Kaske ni yanko enim.
Where better use Esla?
Yanko enim.
What we can HS and how they can be jam.
Me man withdraw.
Exactly. Me one kasa me withdraw. Me akora my rephrase no. What just say me point me making say. So far they've not made any convincing argument. The entire SIM card na register that no. Ese mi jai to ho. Na me sa register another SIM card. And your only reason is some person can Ghana card boom. Yeah. So see my bomb there approve ya tell sampa. Already media already connected to Ghana card. What about dia mo so dey connected to Ghana card? So the question is say, dey biem na wo Libya boga. Okwa register a SIM card no. At the for baby na be amount. That is the answer we expected from John Mahama and some George. And they you know. Say and this for me I do a Ghana can go for be so ma. It should be some judge leading it.
Matis say omo we use for that phone omo so omo try ball mo de na ema.
It could be that
it could be okay. Ebia no so yes ebia no mo ebia a different code. Okay, we MTN okay they ebia na Vodafone Telecel phone wo different code or more. They check your money.
Some judge abey registration ni. O say ono there, o say Ghana card ko ni bi o. Question say the Ghana card. Say what Ghana card so for so akwa ebia na. Some man ye na ye encouraging go for some omunkoye no. Ye nya Adam Agbana some judge and this for some dem stubborn academy. Some George on the passport on Kwano Dian in only Ghana card. Same card on register and idiot. Now he's a communication minister. And on no catches have the encourage register. Koto Dian budget. And that's how indisciplined some judges.
You do me, I do you.
And you do me, I do you. And you on one sabi o chato. Say ni pa fufuro bi na aba na nko kasa adi we ho asema. Ko bi abetie no adwen fufuro mu. But if it's some judge mo my hoba no, you ask yourself if that person no all kan ho asem no. Ono mo that moral right class of the cancer asem na all kana. And I think say one major thing registration we ebe ha no say ebe basu mpo a. Even though I don't see the need for this registration.
Oh, ebe basu.
Because it's the same thing. John Mahama say there be adin kwa wunya code na wa boashi mu.
Yeah, President Mahama Asia na nanom wo sunyan no.
That's what he said.
Or say there will be a code and then a link be that will be given in TV.
No, and because of Baba unzo ndia enko kan no. E must come as class aborim.
Link no.
Link ni sa code na come as fast with you ai. Anya no a. Obi anu obeka say hacking the phone and hacking WhatsApp. One sending code and a link. You know, tell baby so we are president na penya and you say me na can abontion. What do you say? But if say Obia registered that maybe St. George make an argument. Emma okay say first registration e course no. Obia wa registration ye. Obia wa anye no na say e ma no kwan na ono ebeye. What do you say?
NCA4 ka say they've been able to successfully link about 30 million SIM cards to their Ghana card.
Exactly.
And he said, yeah, well, ABA 20 million, say, or 10 million big guachira. It should resolve and no.
Some 30 million here, a Juma Esla ye. That's why not Dr. Richard Apple Ekasano. Or say Esla time, SIM cards or more register, you know. 30 million SIM cards, no. And a Ghana bought about 70 million, no. It's ever SIM cards to cry about for inflation, make home, for cost of BBR allowances, make home,
inflation there from dollars.
It still means a cost. What does it? Fanny in have a home and conform a form of masala, you make home. Contract Obama and a husband and go for the dinner, go for a source and you are baby. So, to be you know, not like that we know about 12-40 million. Also say the taxpayer no emoka. And the audit or the audit that in you. So, I may correct is any miska, but tax 1 minute here. How many?
Okay.
Scan now with the Babe projects no. E Ghana for sika. It's a Libya Moga register near any ska. Does that mean say Libya Moga Ghana for a mocha?
Okay.
And those are the issues. And I think the registration with there, sincerely speaking, says some judge will be pay your peswaya. Obi are registered the baby shaman and encourage them to register fair enough. But Obi are registered that day. Obi are registered that day. Where the cast any panel registered that no. Or Sanko registered him. Betiasia in ye. Then I'll come.
Flag bearer of NDC John Dramani.
John Mama
about the initiation of state health insurance scheme and the subsequent reforms that it made in national scheme has been disputed. An engagement with the media on July 7, 2020. The NDC flag bearer and former president said the government of Jerry John Rawlings initiated
that is a lie.
Insurance. Yes, that's a lie. That
is a lie. He lied.
The piloting of the health insurance had commenced in Nkranza and Damango and in the then Bono Ahafo region and northern regions before the Rawlings government left office in 2001. It was NDC who started the pilot for the according to him, President Kufuor, but the current form of scheme which enables subscribers to access health insurance nationwide, he argued, was introduced by the government of the this health insurance but it was the Catholic Church. The Catholic people now no more started way back in 1992. That time, now my papa a prisons officer. Now my papa ya transfer no court Tamale because school was Tisigu Anglican. What am I call Tisigu Anglican? Mr. T say kindergarten class 2 ne class 3 na me kono and I'm very JSS so
and your role is the initiative
I no it's something
private
like me
who said it was initiated under JJ Rollins
and that's on
the nti am na me be who say
don't confuse yourself
has been
o say Rollins na and your Rollins na
and your enim
and your Rollins na
alaji medio mienu aji a o me go the truth of the matter is, yes, President Kufuor and the buy successive government about contribute to amaya ye ni by President Kufuor. Yes, but any government in 1992 it was done by the Catholics. What I say, a private adiana no muye, but it was not done by any government. I'm going to say Alaji Etiani say Yebeji Jisusu, yeah, they are supporting. That was how it was being done then. So, and now amount for. Eko hu ya hu so
for the show manifesto.
If you go for the national mutual insurance.
Mutual insurance.
National.
Yes. Even the national. And I calculate say mills to promise say a one-time premium.
So what I say?
But the mills
one-time premium.
In 2007, when they're moving from mutual to national health insurance. And it was initiated by one-time health premium. And
it was initiated
health insurance there. Health insurance mun nyina ma ya de mo bo ama Alaji mame mra ho no ye wo be 40 minutes to go enti ye be chene kakra na yakọ me kan we abom anti-LGBT bill no any issues ekoba say Lincoln University my President Mahama a doctorate on my withdraw Assemblies of God Church na Babonten e back President Mahama say mo mane emuna bem emien kase bia bill no ye kwa withdraw and then minority MPs led by Odotobiri MP a petition OSP Sraj and IGP over a gold board contract of a deputy chief of staff Standogbe company assign on more new officer or more ekom no alaji mame enti obe 10-12 minutes bi na yeni yanka issues we mi no mom na yenko mame enti
we share for the LGBT and we are me who say Lincoln University ma cancel the making fast maintain station more Niger and I'm from some person we comment in the house through one through my friend Hamza.
Okay.
And I'll send the link I'm not kind.
Okay.
If some more can say I'm more award doing that doctorate honorary award no.
Yeah.
On say was saving the human right another day.
Yeah.
And for that matter no. So about to the offense of the law against LGBT, it's against the principle of the man award.
Yes.
And for that matter I withdraw. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I wouldn't blame the university because to them principles and as a rules and regulations and that all am qualified to be honored no I must say that during the offense interrogation a man consider that just last minute no catch them this government and this person that never no crew mama pass law be against LGBT to them against humanity and for that matter no got some so and I'm saying and I'm sent to my withdraw I want to believe say I'm also one of the beneficiaries of this LGBT source because Alan say and then we are almost capable of influencing so many things.
I'm saying a group of people in the way university want to more petition the leadership.
Exactly, and I want to believe that the school also did that to control over their relationship more with the LGBT society because in where LGBT society they say almost scam influencing the ups and downs in this world.
It's very powerful.
Very powerful. But you see, that does not also take away the fact say Ghana and more because to us LGBT. And we could be because of just an honorary degree, an honorary doctorate, your presidency. You forgo our own principle against our faith just to get honorary doctorate. And the end never. I do $1 trillion. I do $1 trillion. Somebody come up and as I say, couldn't cry why a G-Tech 82 amount for doctorate. Or the baby. So to me, I don't think say AIDB also Ghana worried about it. I didn't think say also worried about it. Didn't say. You make sure say that law is passed and the passed within the time. So now make sure say that law no our system ma obi LGBT nim say want to me in a free law But you see, one thing is that me, see, and I shall say, giddy, pass some judge in Reverend, or the Reverend
for Joe
and Co.
Yes,
last minute, Bible can professor will pass it before the parliament tries. Last minute, they'll pass here. I could find and say, I also see Obida, some talk about one side. A mama, I sure say, I didn't never done the table, so the pen, ever sign. Parliament, man or mundily. Now, I agree, let's say, Prince is ready to sign. More parliament in delay. Because I still doubt whether this LGBT society has not entered into our parliament.
The characters hasn't changed. The same speaker of parliament. The same
different majority leader. Majority leader fight is there. They know the pass.
Different majority leader, different, and moreover, omi nipa politician nisika. I don't doubt whether I say they have entered
Sam George and I say, but I saw the post and Facebook and this idea we buy now all like ultra about it. Say president or money thumbs up. One
man supposed to say, I'm gonna prove it all of us say. They meant what they said. So within a short time, bare 3-4 months, they won't pass along.
Na president and
I sign. Now go pass a start training account bro for the parliament rights, parliament. Then I joined senior diner. But that is last minute decided about because council your mama only one mandate to run.
Yeah.
Till I mean so one sign. You can't hold it still to it next time.
Debbie.
Now too late to me. I also have to state it and sign it. Now because this LGBT for no, I'm the politician pay and that's what they provide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I want to pray, say, and yes, I play games. We meant what we say.
Sure.
What we said.
Sure.
Now, with the Bank of Ghana, Bank of Ghana, talking about single source.
Yeah, so sourcing.
No, you see, there were two things. There were difference between sole sourcing and single source.
Okay.
If you go and look at the PPA Act 663, let me say it talks separately about single sourcing and also 41, 42, and it's okay about. And a source sourcing a separate 38 or so. And a single sourcing is a 41, 42.
Okay.
Talk about what's source sources is whereby Nipano the only person you can contract. At the time I pay, I didn't say obey.
Okay.
The only company I pay obey Jimano. Every person run a big advert. Maybe also I didn't do no. And Owia TV going to say advert there. Owia TV by the Chabia this enclave.
Yeah.
So me my Owia TV not so because kwana my side.
Richard that's
source sourcing.
Yeah.
But and so also to me convince my phone say, hey, I'm going to bet my not I'm going to bet my in existence, but also in price, maybe in distance, in quality, whatever. Also, I'm better than that. That is so source. But single source whereby I'm in others, but what pick one.
Wow, unim say omo bet my year juma we no e doso na wa hwe ma yi ba.
And so the same reason could be say me pick one because they are best. They are the best.
Okay.
Yes, so that is how also should justify how you determine the best.
Yeah.
That's where the PPA come in. Public
procurement authority.
Say where the buy no. Yes, o say o per se Owia TV na mum. Yes, yeah, sure Owia TV no. This is our case Owia TV buy. The G2 so bet buy. So there are two different things. But don't be a discussion here. You mingle all together. The see with Sandogo no. Is it a single source and I say sole source?
A sole sourcing.
If it is sole sourcing, then there's a question mark say. I want to say, is it true say yes, Standard company don't want to bet my renovation. Nana. At the time, I order contract. Was Standard the only company bet my renovation? Because you have to justify say, I don't want to bet my one and two because of time factor. So only so I don't want to ready or facility bet my. You have to justify that.
There's a man about 6 weeks
so
or so.
You can go and look at the PP Act 663. When time no ready, a state had to wire a time I bet to ultimate awarded a contract. So say. At the time, I'm awarded contract in my Standard company. There's a sad innovation of person moyano. A Standard company, one bet my ya. Then we can say it's a social, I acceptance.
Okay.
Even with that one, no, launch say also advertising. Yes. But also advertising, no, say your company be an minimum.
Yeah.
So that no be a man.
Or no abba.
No be a manager. Then it means I'm pano. Let's say, oh, I'm going to bet my. So these are some of the things now. But no, because a strategy, OSP investigating. The Sabi when I say one, a new question source not qualifies the man. Because your commerce unqualified, as I say, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. This is a deputy chief of staff.
Yes, a company no money license from Works and Housing Ministry. So onya contract no we even after
so all this so all this no don't worry all these things can be unveiled if OSP or as a yes so me say among for na omo combined the last time and then na be play audio that one na Jama be kasa about single
microphones ni e on no de mu komo bia mu di no hagiro bia
waja to say the oka no as if body akwaso adit not here alaji to aso
ka about single source say ya do so wo memu a no ba abi make sure be look single source so most of them corrupt thing because to be a company do so deliberate so me we na be say wetin my pick no and so call I'm say 41 PPA Act 663 obo say 41 42 and this explain further all the conditions in I think say there should be an investigation. Can a private entity go and no problem? But I always say Obia or servant of this government, a deputy, a chief of staff. And a rank in so.
Yeah. But I like the amount of say after investigation, no company na your contract na we whatever money on being your money we what happened to
you
them?
Can be fined. So finance all. No, we go say value for
normally more politicians, you know, because the party wa be monafei na akoye bibi
agree with you but say be di mmara no ye adwuma na say your confiscation so ebia conflict of interest be by mu and a favoritism by cronyism by it can be fine so when we adwuma na better abrogate contract no you see void vicious contract of vicious and bibi sa no e ba say and say e ba say bibi wo mu na say void that automatically the contract is terminated this can make us into okay because kwa fa so your contract you kutu kwa bi so no fa so so I think say it should be investigation to investigate does not mean say and now we are na boni because maybe me corporation because say be do aba no yes be town me prepare you enter me do ba he was telling the guy am be che no
okay
so me report to say mra na yin na no yen ka some no ayi yes be town and I like them what the man did that so that yen mindset say because ade we na investigate here any be na prepare you enter no and now especially say be investigate wa ba wo mu na clear na say o chine bi e be from there akoma papa no say yoku na aka say for $1 million, bro.
Rimonacha.
Yeah, more big. So I think so this is not bad. To me, there, as somebody might say, investigating. I don't have to clear the name of both gold bond and Standard.
Okay, Standard. Me that say where alaji ni etene kan ma memra doc no mo. Doc minority. Adena mo ko. Yes, LGBT day. Okay.
I think say like Salam Khan, you know. School bia ne values na maybe kwam guys ora mahama ka say na do dey award akunya so be hwa edwuma so bia na akogye award na honorary doctorate ana hu hia but ba wakwa akogye bi na akogye second one so I think so no hu hia on say fi no nya edwuma the second thing is that the status of the LGBT bill no akosi sen abambag no way Sam George away abambag ka so be sign in 2025 na ne emergency to parliament e be in 10 but NDC for now no mama yargan so say there be I don't know yedi kan a pass dada o share emrani mu a ye say o pass ad bill na am pass a and then the previous parliament ewu
say am pass
that's a convention
say bill ne koto to say be this 9th parliament bill ne koto no man ntimi am pass
because the bill a pass a den next parliament akọ readings ning na we approve
first reading second reading
so their
third
job
reading
is done
on that emrano
that's mama yarga argument it's abraham transmit na nya parliament adwuma no parliament we na adwuma in that can say on here according to mama yarga no bill no ma pass we akasa jo mama be sign
baby a bill na dru no nti a won hia say saba back to parliament obi
that is mama yarga argument Maybe.
Yes. The other lawyers so money on anya yes.
Lawyer ni. Lawyer no be disagree. Ana ono mama yarega no so no. Ono majority leader, ono na say the leader of government business.
Yes.
As some the LGBT bill be ba ono so kole.
Oh yeah.
Ono say ma pass here it be no kwa kole bill for.
Yeah.
Now you see the politics in there. And this mama so there be mama the about parliament. Mama person come the about parliament. So we see pass bills be under certificate of agency no. Committee na kan ho about.
But recently I know say Reverend John Intim Fojo led
private
this
members bill.
Yes,
Mama can say Obama NDC government at the abano. He lied again because in see that's the point I'm making.
Okay.
What do you say? Abambad bin can say on passing in 2025. Where is he? That's a question parliament don't proceed is I intend no. The picture about Munes no, I think it's UK.
No UK.
UK on the
Sunderland.
Exactly.
Yes,
but on time go so this over parliament sir. Back then, yes.
Economic sign partnership be on parliament speakers tournament be parliament be.
That is fine.
Yeah.
But the people say boss NDC for share ahead of 2024. LGBT as a Ghana say any. LGBT Ronaldo then you have John Mahama name Nancy so there be bill no and me do presidency. Bendisi for my GD say be do Ronaldo's one sign. That is how a year dubious NDC for a year in 2024. Omonim no crane they deliberately decided to lie. Some judge Mama Banwan signed within the first 3 months I will attack him. The last one Busano say oh MP before the here on team mum kwaka wansem. Until LGBT is 70 day. Now me apart more Assemblies of God. I think say it's good so much am in crying. But I believe some kebe better some commission in crying say onya na mra no mo pass ne prep. Or by 15 months day. Me this Assemblies of God for kajen say kaino say LGBT bill na da ho.
Oh say Catholic Bishop Conference
me say Assemblies of God.
Okay.
Me this omo kaino. Barbara ya man award no makai. And I think say we need to be consistent. What you say? Or share bono. Yes, I come kind say LGBT bill no. Come de ba mo send in crying say man man abamu mu no. Mo so dey bomodi an pass in tem. Emma Ghana for like you promised. Maintain system. And I think say honum no a touch makakra.
Okay.
Now let me deal with minority for instance.
On stand dogbe ne company ne gold board.
Yeah. The first thing they say the problem with PPA. On say my PhD work was more on corruption and procurement.
Okay.
The problem with PPA they say essence say a political appointees they go into no. And adding say usually no be politician be the reasoning be anyansa be anim kra ba. You be reject no.
PPA no.
Yes, Public Procurement Authority. Yeah. Smartest a deal like Bob Montie who sends them.
Bass branded something here.
What kind of reason now? O ban this our bank about bonus so many Tibet. Around now yet transport minister then.
Yeah.
Reason somebody called was that Ghana there was a turmoil in Ghana.
The late Jifa
Ativo. Now onka some go pay approval now na competitive tender day. A man to kwag Braba Ghana and people approved it. People approve it. But don't to be any Ghana. What do you say? Reasons by and the PPA timi come here say yeah renovations were done ketwa bakumu. Oh, yeah renovations I was done bakumu. No so urgent. Say I don't know obi any whole scale. Just say Sando will come a company nkwa. Metiasia inyi.
I'm saying no mu hia nentem.
Anya no kre. No mu hia nentem a Sando will company na mo de komani. Na only certificate from Works and Housing. If we dey say the company they qualified to discharge it. No say chronism. Or tender the documents na wie as so copy Works and Housing document that will become later. E go so be kan na so amfa nka ho a. Ko approve and buy no tender documents na wie. So in all sincerity, now we disqualify crowd from tendering. That's the first point.
Yeah.
What you say? And then no, it's not in contention. And that is why MPs no they say the documents are not enso. It was a danger as our contract no. It's such a better system anymore. The other thing so they say single source ne a year so source no. The difference in ye kese bia like said Salam here tries to change. So source and ampa contract ye ba be no kwa na wo hu nim de. And now who capacity to do it. With my catch says Standogo a renovation no. Standogo in company no capacity to do it in Ghana. Single source and so I say when there's a strategic reason, I would be appointed back out of the lot. So our banker say, oh, maybe I road contract, but our road contract my dance who die say me per se Ghana company with them they building the capacity. With my I consider single sourcing.
Okay,
but in this case, single sourcing so not qualify. Now go share documents anymore. Any figure see me a woman, even cost of value for money. Me who document one of them contracts and send that a year gold board a website. TV 85 inches. The will be out to. Come here bear 40,000. My price TV no around 840,000 Ghana cedis.
840,000
Ghana cedis. 8.4 billion. Mr. Document
at the gold board site.
Me patcho am saying you I don't me Salam say quite page one Ghana also. And I've posted it there some could frankly good woman and half an hour then. On can go to their site is there. Ebio I furniture I do go a year conference room. Furniture I'm charging 1 million Ghana cedis. furniture for conference room na say table ni nkonya na etwa ho ahia 1 million na say 10 billion. And how can you justify some of these figures? What justify any year? And these are things it's only possible through sole sourcing. Any single sourcing, no. Okay, I say NDC campaign be omo here. And even in their manifesto, they even wrote had be shame. Almost say a year sole sourcing na omo mpene so kra do omo cho in their manifesto. Let me read it out. Almost say to this end, we will under point 3 enforce compliance with public procurement law to stop the abuse of sole sourcing and other breaches. Now the omo ye ni sole sourcing. Now say road contracts. Also Yaw Boamah 73 billion.
And a minority press conference on road contract. But road ministers also the explanations about.
And he even lied in his explanation. What's here for first data? Documents are out the mouth. What's almost say one contracts inquire about 100 and something 7. Contracts in here contracts under big push. But your big push no. Previous contract been an account. Inherited contracts been the VMB bitam an account. A new account. But big push also baba be out of that no. What the single source in I'm a contract simu be I think say 20 something. And about so source in swa and so they must about 83 or something. And that was 73 billion Ghana cedis. Oh baba be can. Once I will say go on a list of so sourcing documents in our crown. And yeah 4 faces sad about 12 thing. It's enra not some Jemfi John Mahama, Okuja to Blackwa, Sam George, Obunya Kache say, oh, you so source now, we are cromfoa. And there I can say, a year, Ura Abuja, a year, Sami Jemfi, a year, John Mahama, the president, and NDC in Pennsylvania, the Omuya Cromfo. Based on one, some of Mukayenra. Then we can say, they are thieves, they are stealing from the people. It's how can we justify some of these things? Tell me that some minority now, some way so. Normally, are some no. A call a yes Raj for SAG to investigate further and make a determination. But we should be mindful. Chronism and it's hard way.
But what's some more can ye na me de bisa we that ye say these Sraj ni OSP ni IGP ye ka ho asem yamude omo. They are also political appointees,
which is very true. But the only difference between many PPA for say man more I say
a little bit of secured.
Secured. Tell OSP tell PPA for PPA dey ono and John Mama call no suko ono NDC wenya and the PPA boss are you appointed on alternate. So they have an implicit interest in making sure say abai no den bet na ho no obeka ho. And that has been the major problem of PPA. Is you can reforms Adam mean who the entire yenye reforms first. PPA boss no. Ye treat PPA office not to say other state agencies are almost security of tenant. So what semba we dealing with a seminal assets where that's the first thing. No be say asset declaration. Obi o hodmo you see appointees in be bepmen na umnya declare assets. It's on no train day. And assets so almost declare e envelope mo.
Keskin you declare da ho agisa asema balaji.
Me can reforms asem.
You see akwa na ebie ma hwe.
And say supreme the court.
The prince to once.
You cast on man sit down and learn. You can't
but to say me near the ato near the ato.
Tido can say dem make.
Agisa asema ni akwa ko bia ko. Me so dey na me declare no. There's nobody or check say Yaw Boamah me be declare say bia me wo car back no. Ebi kura mo car miensa.
The old say corruption. What gets evaluated gets done in policy. Say oba na say no be declare assets. Na say assets no one kwan go share eche uzampa or ho na eni ho a. Or say be hand from be piece kana kwakwa say assets no. Na ma backdate those assets no. What you say? And these are things that we can reforms, you can corruption who reforms are. The main one I see a share need dealing with asset declaration.
Matthias.
And who declare we are as a matter auditor general kwai. No can verify on nyama na wo se wo no.
Mate.
Yaje sadi ase na edi agro.
Mate keske no super cool na yete ne kanamamenko prince Dumba our prince mamenti anti LGBT and minority no de o maye.
Brapa you medical fa esa LGBTQ ne ho kon ba. On say asam ba na se woni fie kan o de bobo adum ni adan no afa ho adi na ko ba asama mi na panyi keskan kan wo hu ni ti hu ni nkon wo say mampanyi betena so no esen kasa mre wasan hu hia kra se besade akọ parliament biem na wo che
me na me kan say
according to Mahama Yare
ya cassette
na wo ka
se cassette ya cassette
won na ekotu obi na wo ka na in fact won kra say ka say enka esen ka excellency oba 15 months won kra na akira me won say we 15 months ba me nua wutie
from January to now
ade no enya na nye na me tumra na ma che osie kura me tumra nfi so pacho parliament wono asma me kan say won me be gi won achinya afro obi a onim parliamentary proceeding ye boss kura wa ha
oh yeah
parliament ahihye mra ni na wia ye bill ni na wie na de akoto mampanya Kufuado ni say mampanya Kufuado eni ade ni ni sai na meye mra o mampanya tena so how many months how many years 1 year and over me wa
mama kasa wonyi mama ni
enti say wo no wo mampanyi na wono no teso no ya ye bibia wie ya ye bill na wie bibia wie mampanyi fa pen ne keke ne fa sign so na meye mra na do tena so how many months how many years o sign na do sign enti uba be force His Excellency John Dramani mama say oba ye no on sign no wo na wo na otisu o enye sese bi ye nuam CP before na ka so mde o matena kira chiwo mu na moteso na Ghana force ye mpem biem trumu ni ade no sabi mpelifo manuma ye mpesa ade ntino na Kufuado parliamentarians awie sign keke wanti mi asign tio eno abetena ye blemu obi
Matewa say ba no so na ma Ghana fo bufu na nado eto ababum de ma jomama say jomama o kama ye hu say ade we wani nye ho come and do it for us na prince wuti wo na me ma fe wona mi bedi uto
me kra de me ntwe ma etuni bla wuti ade ni na say aha na ehia interpretation ne mwa no say omampanyi His Excellency say bill anko parliament biem na o sign e be
yeah
anase this call parliament ansa na watimi sign e ho no hwehwe mai
o say call back to parliament na omosa efa to process na omwia na omadia
enti e dey say asa call parliament ama parliamentarians na sa bobo nwa ye ho adwuma bi
yes
ansa na president yatima samwa
ba we dey say the adwuma bia ni ho
enti eno no ebe ko parliament bia mama parliamentarians no asa da ja bobo ho no ene se na Kufuado te so a ya wie bibia on sign no Kufuado ne Mahama omumienu hwa na di o man na bro
itiri ato abeti ya
ba cho wuti da bia ye analysis
Matias
enti kaskin oni hwe ka wa ha
ba cho be 10 seconds pe
woni hwe ka wa ha
document bia
because wo kura de na wa ba na te so a na kese wo hwe na
so John Dramani Mahama the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress and president-elect as of early 2025 has stated that the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, commonly known as anti-LGBT bill, did not reach the Jubilee House for assent during the previous 8th Parliament.
Mate.
Ejere ka se koto na dani mu ansa.
Me kai say the secretary to the president Nana Santi Bedietu wrote to the clerk of parliament. Is it Jetro? Am I be issue between the two of them?
Bra wutie ye say anti parliament will be
yes
menu miru na enu
and Jubilee also menu miru ni anti will be
by Ghana for ya dance for eche say ya wie bibia dia koto
na Ghana for anti parliament
former president Kufuado one anti no kroma more than year
Matewa
papa ni nani say the sabi panya wa bibi obedwam
Matewa
e fatu ba bi kura
Matewa
na eto so mienu so no bra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sabi Lincoln for no omo so maji honorary degree na free no so ye no kra ye kra ya giatum
ye mfa nye hwe kra
ye biem kra
omo forma de
e free na kra mo magana ni bia honorary wan no because I no na fa bia na mesi table so
oh yeah
sabi ye ti o kroma no se no ye no sabi ye de ye ho ene ye o man
oh yes
sabi universities akese o kroma no said honorary doctorate si ma o
oh yeah
enti omo forma de na de hia kese pa ewum ne say LGBTQ ne ho kron bankro bande His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on fo so ne enfo so chena
no
se obi say sabi ono de obefa wiase sika nyina wiase ahonyan die nyina de abre o man no a enye ho ne ani bere papa no obetena akonya so no oko BBC which is 2015-14 mo and the interview with His Excellency and was one the urban man mu a ono His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no ne man no wo mu no ye Buddhist wo mu ye na nanu suma frefo mu asuma hodo no nyina wo ho Christopher ho Kremofo ho esum na woni man no bi bia no wa wagi sabi trumu anase lesbianism etum enti wono no man no de enya adwuma ampa enya adwuma the late mess on cried the same thing the late mess cried there onu ani nia David Cameron na friend na o de sa asem no to nani Nana Akufo-Addo buy no achenkwa onum bremu and also called the same BBC and ye busa Nana questions about the LGBT okay ono nkro na bank no unum where the Akufo-Addo issue here President Akufo former president was say tama na me wo Britain ha no na me ko school ha no na gay sem ne bi ne ha by brano ama na keka mo bom ne ade ade society no e say lend ha ya atum into uba my Ghana my it is bound to happen so brofo no it is bound to happen Akufo-Addo wie no and we are see gay phone na the first ever in the history of this country gay for be e binya kodo be a conference or Accra.
Oh, sir.
Yes. Yes. Nana Akufo-Addo time. Debbie. With the greatest of respect. With the greatest of respect. Gay phone na be Accra. Omu anwie.
What is that?
Omu anwie. Gay phone say nya kodo. Accra baby the tesano ekwaje office wo. Asante Pietu na kodo
Wouldn't draw.
Hey, Debbie, anyway.
It happened.
Asante Pietu na be
conference. But the conference there,
maybe I want it.
I don't know the for Koja Black Star Square.
Allow me to talk.
Why do you like that?
Maybe I want
Keskin.
Get for you, man, you. Omunya kodoji office no, man, you. Only let you know. Nanado time. Curriculum no de ban naka for de ban. Omo di bibi comprehensive sexuality education.
Okay, curriculum asem.
Comprehensive sexuality education e be share naka for no de kofa be share curriculum nim. E na no kase sa curriculum no yi no ama bonten. Ama ye kasai that minority. Oh, asna me kan ono no de obekasa me boa but adanse wo ho.
Mato ase e by curriculum was badanse akra asaba. Nanse on says asaba.
Makoti $15 million said about
comprehensive sexuality education bi ani ba bia ndc e dia hye ba bia MPP for na de shame. Enti your mind no His Excellency John Dramani Mama no one wa distinguishing one me so on the gay ni tumu de one for so na mu aban na for so na Akufo-Addo aban any 20
Mate dia nko ani ma stand up in say
but me de manusi nu ni say na Akufo-Addo eye hwe ha ma e Jubilee house one that one of president no gay for no be painted Jubilee house na kale
Debbie
that light no mo de
Debbie
oh please Wow, who dia kasa bia wa hu.
On be painting ho nyina.
Onu Jubilee house.
Want
me hu rainbow colors.
Anya rainbow colors, na gay colors. Ya kasa mu a e bia de woni ade hu ye different.
Mate.
Enti na Akufo-Addo na MPP aban no. Onu mom. Ana no my ma de so mu di gay no. E dey ba. Enti o man timi ensia no. By His Excellency de kian ne ken. You know, best amana be ya. Gay a chin futuro kura de best hani boko no wa. Ye hu gay bi.
Mate.
Enti say MPP no nya kokodo no o kan na say a. Dem best o ti ase ne say wono na buy kura de na aka to na bro say on fa ne sense so.
Wanye.
Enti dia say na be ka fa gay hu ha bi mu. Muni locals bi am be ka fa ho.
Mate ase.
E na menu apani
Sando we de a minute.
Anu kura de say ya wie dada. Ano dey stand up again, there's a problem bi ani.
On the petition akoma IGPD bi akoma Shra bi akoma OSP no.
Bra, bi ani ba bia.
Oh,
upo bi obetina.
Egosiaga.
Na ekoi. Sabi contract no enipa no on qualifier na. On qualifier how dey kana mintie. So what ya was say no new works and housing certificate. Mini black penny. Fan say what say contract bi abajo so municipal assembly. O ba apply bi. So don't crack na beba.
Yeah, me beba.
And so do crack an corner say atwa adwun say oh boss o crack we one farm oh any ofie me ko fa ba ne boni ne say.
Oh boninim.
Pacho boni wo.
Boninim.
Na we what here. And what the crack ni na buy and the car west and housing.
Sani see.
Na nya sani see na dey see.
Who san kan okre.
Oh, masa allow me to talk. Me say Yaw Boamah. So ko je contract just municipal assembly. Na say do crack ni na ko procurement. Ne e catch us oh boss bra okrata na ka western housing ayi wo na oh ene emire ne fie me ko fa ba na ko fa ba ye bone
enye bone
wo mu ni bibia kan o se no be no opposition wo dia bla 2036 no mo ma ba that's what mon kan okre bibia wo ma ye ne politics bibia ye nti kroma na Akufo-Addo de duty free shop ma ne ba president Akufo-Addo wan fa duty free shop ma ne ba penti down ne ade wan fa ne ba ne ba won kra jakuma won kra $25 million
Yeah, right there.
Edi abra papa ben na mbe bo kroma.
Mama ya hotel so we did product.
Mama say na say uti. The whole Ghana ngina street light, the whole Ghana ngina hanom de manya kene Japan company.
Why?
Street light, street bulbs ni street light ya na mu sisi ye.
Oh, minim say me sister like Japan company na.
Na ye me ba.
Manya kene Japan company.
Yes, na nye ono kene Japan company.
Say maame ba ko na di ngina the whole Ghana ngina man.
David enye the whole Ghana ngina ho. Parts of yes.
Part of the country no.
Yes.
Obi be kasa ho.
Amakasa ho.
Because na enim say maame no okuta ne documents. Ade a be man qualified document.
Obetima.
So e Ghana ni obetima. Eduma ba obetima ye bimboa. Eno wa ye bimboa. Enti say problem be na ho.
Mate.
Any pan say bi onya Ghana
me 1 minute bia.
1 minute be na.
Me time so. Me time so. Qu'est-ce que dia
very quick.
On say 1 minute.
Qu'est-ce que dia say?
On say that things there are things habits na wo kan. Ese otumi say tie for no ebi enima de chen ye. Ebi ma kan e chen ye.
Oh yes.
It's when you are lying now can sem ni bia ese otobo. Stand up with them. These are documents I doubt. It's anya wasema be kan be san documents.
Mate.
Enye jankroma de wanya Africa kan no entro na wudi no ese go change anything.
Mate. Me da say Alaji awie me da wase. Nyame onsira Dr. Keskin. Ozum da say Prince me da wase. Ozavoti awie mote Alhaji Abdul Salam eye Isa Enka enyahwe Montie Alhaji Abdul Salam Isanka Sasusu na Dr. Keskin Usupuku and a Prince Edumbe wa Motenenka Observe ya sorry news team no esum atwa so de free say ya Grace masore why news team so atwa so free